Hey y'all, what's going on? It is the Culture Critiques panel. We're back again with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's Season 5, Episode 13, Rooms for Improvement. Let's get to it.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah,
really?
Sorry. Boom, we're here.
Like, really?
Because I just noticed that I put the wrong, or I think I maybe just changed it. I put episode 12 at first. This is episode 13. So
Yes, it is.
I
wonder if I put 13. Sister, did you make me put the wrong one too? I'm about to go back and look.
I probably, screwed that up for the both of us, but y'all know. We're gonna, give you guys the best content ever. Just charge it to the game and not our hearts, It's
For
fine.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah, Big 13. We've been, down here with you guys for quite a bit now, discussing these salt wives. So
I love it. Not the salt. What? I like it.
A lot of salt being thrown every single week. We see that, and they did not disappoint. They did not disappoint on the episode. The Watch What Happens Live was cool. The after show was cool.
You're gonna have to update me on the what. I didn't watch the what happens live. So you're gonna have to let me know what happened. But I did watch the after show.
The after show was really good and
very insightful.
You can interweave some of the points. Some of the things that were obviously clarified in the after show, y'all will interweave that as we go and stuff.
True.
We got a lot to talk about. And remember, I also told you we got some updates. So we can get into that at the end as well when it as it pertains to the Jen Shaws and the Gunica Garcias of the world. So y'all stick around to the end for that. But before we get into anything, y'all, you already know what I'm about to say, which is we are not streaming from 1, but 2, technically 3, actually, because, shout out to everybody who's watching on X again. You guys are so awesome over there. Make sure you come on over here and subscribe to both our channels here on YouTube as well. But don't forget to like the video, guys. Do not forget to like it on my channel as well as my good sis California Cuties channel. Please do that. We'll appreciate it. Also, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you guys are subscribed to both of our channels as well. And also all of our social medias are scrolling along the bottom as well. So, you can catch us on there as well. Make sure you keep this conversation going in the comment section. Shout out to the replay gang.
Yes.
Hit that notification bell so you know every single time we make an upload, because we were just talking about how we have been, on it with the content, and you guys. Shout outs to my 601 subscribers now.
Let me check for you real quick. Let me make an update for you. Let me make sure.
I appreciate you guys finally, in the 600 club.
601. Come on, babes.
Is next. It would be great if I could, be officially monetized by, the end of the year, but no pressure. Y'all like the videos and watch them. But yeah, shout outs to you guys. You are really the heart of the channel. So just wanted to give that shout out, of course. And yeah, this episode was good. I feel like we say that every week. And
like literally, don't you notice that like during the episode it starts off and then it starts peaking, and then it starts peaking, and then it starts peaking at the end? I'm like, y'all are like literally.
Wait, don't go off. They need to start sending us screeners. That's really where I want to take things. To get us some screeners. And I actually have a point of contact that I can look into to kind of maybe hopefully do that at some point, y'all. Fingers crossed, because that would be awesome. Get the content to you guys even sooner.
Just a bit, not too much, but just a little bit.
Not too much, because legally, Yeah, there's a lot of legalities that, you know, surround that, and I ain't trying to get, you know, that revoked if we are given those types of opportunities, but that would be cool. These are just goals. I'm talking out loud now. Goals for, you know, next year. Next year is almost upon us. So
boomerang it around. Come on now.
It's crazy, but let's say hi to who is up here. Who put the battery in Bronwyn's back this episode? I love it. I love it too, Kimmy, and I love you as well, Kimmy. Thank you for being here always.
She's Energizer Bunny, baby. Let's be clear. And I'm loving it. Thank you, Bronwyn. Thank you for keeping.
I see what type of time. I see what type of time Bronwyn's on, y'all. She's giving it for her rookie season. She's really hitting the big dogs. I feel.
Come on now.
I'm just saying. And she even got invited to Kathy Hilton's Christmas. Where I got because I got some pictures today, y'all. And Miss Mama was even down there at. Is she in this picture? Yes. Like
let me take my notes down.
They were at Kathy Hilton's party, because if you watch Beverly Hills, which I didn't watch this latest episode yet, I need to. I'm gonna do that later, actually. You know, Kathy Hilton always has her grand Christmas parties and stuff like that. A lot of the girls were there. Wendy was there. I saw Dr. Heavenly and Damon was there too. He took off work, I guess.
Yeah, because they wasn't put off the list.
A lot of the ladies were there.
Let me tell you how beautiful I think Angie looks. Angie looks so pretty. First of all, turquoise is my favorite color. So teal, turquoise, any of the family that looks like any of those colors, like when it just like pops, like she looks gorgeous. She's like a mermaid. And then Bronwyn is Bronwyn, and I love Bronwyn when she does like her appreciation for art, that she puts it all on, you know, she wears it as much as she presents it in her home, or, you know, whatever she's doing. I always like the fact that she does it. Let me tell you who she reminds me of. Shout outs to Gidget, Sally Field. She gives me Sally Field Gidget vibes. You know what I mean? What is one of my favorite TV shows, like back in the day, like did not miss Gidget. So yeah, I love me some Sally Field too. So yeah, and then Mary always give us, girl, it don't matter what I got on, check the price tag. And then Whitney always the fun girl. So yeah, I'm
they're
digging
all their own brand. They're all they all have their personal styles going. They look great. Everybody, I mean, from what I saw, spoke too soon. There was one particular person at the party that was and not to get on a tangent here, y'all. Actually, I'm not even gonna.
I'm nervous. Let me take a sip.
I don't have the picture, but there's one person that I seen bopping around, and they already tell me everything I need to know about how they're probably going to stress me out once, or I don't know, maybe no, actually it wasn't this party, but I did see a housewife on a particular franchise, and I've come to realize that their fashions are not really fashioning how they're supposed to, and they're going to stress me out with the upcoming season, and that is none other than Miss Shamia Morton of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She can't dress for
and you know, the Coastal Critiques, that's what we bring to y'all.
Yeah.
The Coastal Critiques do bring the Housewives of Atlanta to you guys. So let's be clear. Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah. So
look, I'll take that and I'll put it in my pocket and save it for later.
It's just so not everybody can really bring it when it comes to, you know, their holiday looks. That's what that told me. So I will give everybody that is
maybe her African side was coming through. You know, she's African by injection, so maybe her African side was coming through.
I'm gonna let you have that. I'll let you have that, but she better pick it up once the season comes on. That's all I do know. But anyway, y'all, go back to Salt Lake City. Yeah, let's just did I say on my house?
No, Kimmy. Yeah, let's go back to Kimmy Nicole. Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, everyone like the video, like Kimmy said. And hey, Orange Blossom, 13 episodes in, and the Snow Queens from Hell are still giving. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes, Orange Blossom. Hey, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's good with you.
Yes. Yes. Hey,
My love, my Ray all day. Shout out to Ray all day. Tell y'all all the time, please follow our content. Similar to ours, we do the same kind of content. We don't hate on here. We congratulate. We like literally, because her point of view is her point of view. When I'm in her chat, I say what I need to say. She needs to say what she needs to say in my chat, and that's what we do. So please follow Ray all day. She is a content creator.
Yes, we support all the content creators over here. Hell yeah, Brownman was straight. Everybody is giving. That's the thing. It's not just like one person, because you're seeing that on a lot of the other franchises that like one or two
people are carrying.
Yeah, they are carrying the show, or this person ain't showing up for scenes, and is this like everybody's playing their part, y'all, and you have to get like if you guys don't see it, I really feel like you're just gonna come down here trolling, because that's what I see. That's what you see. That's what everybody in the comments is seeing. Like, come on now.
Seriously.
Kevin,
what up, kid?
All my favorite people in the chat. It's gonna be a good day.
Yes.
Get into it.
We value y'all opinions very much.
We really
even
do.
when you disagree with Kevin on Angie.
Stop.
I love Kev. He can have his opinion. We all have one. And just because he doesn't like one of our girls does not mean he gets blocked. He gets his opinion across. He actually makes me think about it. And I'll still be like, no, I like Angie. You can't sway me.
And Kevin be cracking me up. He be sending me all types of different funny things and stuff. And he sent me a candid photo that of me throwback. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mia, which is speaking of Potomac, which is speaking of her, her flunky. Jacqueline's pregnant, I seen too, y'all. So I wonder.
My baby daddy, my BD.
That's why I'm
saying. What's she calling? PP.
I didn't say up under. I didn't look at the cop. I just saw it and I was like, oh, okay. Or it was by Mia, because they. Anyway, so let's just get into this.
It's gonna be one of those type of days, people.
It is.
Sorry. You ain't gotta be sorry. Go play the game. Go play the game. Sorry, Bookie. Fine. Go play the game, because sorry, not sorry doesn't work here.
Mia Orange Blossom be here with it.
Mia is the goodbye, y'all. Both can go sit in this on
the whatever exactly is right. Is right.
You know what? She was looking kind of full in the face. Let's be clear. Like she's been looking.
She's beautiful. She is beautiful, lady.
But her face was getting a little, like, literally, I was like looking at, and I wasn't thinking pregnancy. I don't know. I was just like, maybe she just eating a little bit. But her face
was not to jump to that.
Yeah, me either. Because no judgment.
Yeah, to not jump to that. And she even has a couple pictures on her Instagram that she's looking cute, and she got makeup done, and the wig is wigging and stuff like that. It's just the personality, and we still need to work. What is it? Neck up or neck down? What did Jazzy say from the neck? We still need to work on, and I'm not even talking about the body as much as I'm talking about the fashions. Like, we got to get the fashions together, and you got to get off me as because
she act like she country. Let's go back to Salt Lake City, because she act like she like been living. No disrespect to the country gals. No disrespect to the country girls. Y'all just don't have to dress up like y'all look at city girls like myself. Like Barb, like. I'm not about to get ready and dressed and cute. If I'm going somewhere, one thing.
We expect that on the show, though. That's not us putting those standards out there. That's what the show calls for. So if everybody's showing up dressed to the nines, and you over here in your chin, then it's.
I'm just saying. I mean, I make the clothes. The clothes don't make me.
Exactly.
Hello, my sister Nico.
And actually, let me take that back. I'm not even going to say that, because I actually did catch one Miami housewife in particular wearing a Shein dress. And if I didn't know that it was a Shein dress because I had already added it to my cart, my wish list or whatever, you wouldn't have known. I just so happened to pick up on that. But it's, to your point, it's about how you wear the things. Like, this shirt right here is from Walmart. I like to think that it looks cute on me, though. I like to think I dressed it up a little bit. It's about how you put it together, y'all. And some people
P-U-R-E-I-N-D. She is full. Kevin.
I don't know if you ladies are talking about.
Hey, Kevin, this is the perfect season for your name, Kevin.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should watch that later. Ooh, you just gave me an idea. Us sick ladies know how to do it. Say it again, Miko. Say it again.
And without even really trying hard. It's not even like we have to do a whole lot, because let's be clear, them Southern girls, I don't even know why you're doing all that. It's too hot and it's too humid. You got a wig, you got a full face on, like you're melting. You're like literally you're melting. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that? Like, who are you keeping up with? Y'all in the South. I understand because I just said the country girls, but maybe the South and the country and I'm a West Coast girl. Like, all I'm gonna say is, and my mom is from Louisiana, and I'm a Southern girl too. I got the Southern hospitality too. But
I was raised by everybody. Both my grandparents are from the South, so I get it. But we just
different.
We
love y'all. I hope y'all love us too, though.
We sure do, and we'll just leave that there, y'all. This episode though. This episode begins with Meredith, and she's at home with Seth and the kids. I don't have a red cup, but I got a cup nonetheless. She's at home with Seth and the kids, and they're like testing since she's still talking about these bath bombs and all. And she's still very much on her I'm not down with Angie high horse, and she actually starts to reiterate what Brittany had told her at the party about how she was
I'm down by the kitchen, y'all. The husband had I always keep a red cup because shout out to Seth. That's why I can call it out. See it.
Hey, he stays true to his character, y'all. But she reiterates what Brittany told her at the bat mitzvah, and she talks about how she was triggered, and she calls Angie a mean girl with despicable behavior. And because technically this scene was split between Angie and Sean and her, whatever, but we'll just keep going with Meredith right now. Then Chloe jumped in and said, well, what sent her was when Sean was like, Meredith, listen to both sides. And we get the flashback of Sean saying just that, Meredith, you should hear both sides of it. Like, you only heard Brittany's side. And let me just pause there real quick for 2 seconds and say, when Sean was saying that, was it only me? Is Sean Irish? Was I the only one that picked up a little bit on the Irish accent there? I don't. Maybe it was just me.
Attention. I'm gonna go back and see. I love my Irishmen.
I should do that too, because I don't know. She sounded a little Irish, but I thought he wasn't Irish. I don't know. Anyway, and then we hear Meredith saying, well, she doesn't really care about hearing both sides because all they do is spew lies and gaslight her, and make comments about points to Brooks. And they make comments about her hearing aids and, how are you going to do that? And then turn around and try to come and celebrate her and then make fun of her impairment, her disability, just Meredith being Meredith, honestly. And I put my head down because that's, again, yeah, maybe she could have benefited by hearing both sides, but that's just me. And they tell her, that's her superpower. That's not her, disability.
I love that.
I do too, because we all got our thing like that, and we like to look at it in the most positive light possible. And I don't understand her though at the same time because, and I think was it Whitney that made mention of it, I think on the after show, and it's just like, no matter what, at the end of the day, like Meredith doesn't want to have a friendship with these people, with this lady, with Sean, whoever. And I just want her to outwardly just come out and say that instead of trying to, because Angie, we've identified that Angie's the type of person that's going to keep, being giving, or keep throwing out these olive branches and just being so kind-hearted. I feel like at times that's how I feel. That is how I feel.
She's gonna send the olive branch every time.
Come for me. But when it comes to someone like Meredith, I would just tell Angie, like, don't even waste your time. Like, it's okay. We're not gonna be friends. I just wish she would just come out and say that instead of us doing all this every 5 minutes.
Yeah, so here's my issue. Meredith. So here's my little issue with Link. Oh, I don't have my right remote, but let's be clear. Meredith, out your own mouth, I don't like mean girls. I don't like mean girls. You sitting here gaslighting your kids. The mean girl stuff is not. Meredith, where were you at when Jen was being a mean girl to everybody? You didn't say not one word. Was you scared? Okay. Meredith, when Gunica was there, shout out to Rodney the Voice. Mean girl behavior. Where were you, Meredith? Where were you? Okay. So for me, mean girl sounds funny coming out of her mouth when she's the mean girl. Like, and of course you'll agree with her. Like, of course you'll agree with her. Of course. But that's okay. That's okay. You can agree with her. But what I'm saying is, Meredith, you are not a mean girl. Let's be clear in my Mary voice. Meredith, you are not a mean girl.
Meredith is a dip. She's calculated.
Very. That's why she is saying what she's saying to her kids and to Red Cup Seth. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, literally, let's be clear. You like attacking Angie in this moment. I don't know why Meredith is feeling like Angie can't touch me. I got this. Like, girl, okay, keep poking. Because y'all already see Angie loves, she with the shenanigans, she with the throw the thing, drop the thing, push the thing. Like, Angie's with it. So let's be clear. The mob wife, the Greek mob wife thing, you better be careful. That's all I'm saying. And Kevin, I see my chat moving way too fast. I feel like you in the chat moving fast.
Not to change topic, my favorite HBO series is currently on. No, it's fine. 6 Feet Under. Oh, I've never watched it.
I've never watched it either. So,
because no, I mean, I'm always looking for shows for me and him to watch because he's not obviously going to watch this with me. So, yeah, no, we always are open to the suggestions and stuff. And I love me some scripted TV just as much as I, love talking about reality TV and different stuff. So,
well, I just got on Madness on Netflix. It's a episode. It's a series. So, all I'm saying is just go check out Madness on Netflix. I stumbled across it. I'm on it.
Now that From is because that was like me and his show that we watched on Sundays. Now that that's gone off, I do have some open time.
You need a new. Yeah, I just feel like
check this out, Kevin.
I literally feel like Meredith is coming for Angie because she thinks that she can step on, crush, crumble Angie, especially because you were the one that I didn't say it. I just brought it to the group. I was the one that just, I just hear that Sean's here. I just heard it. I'm not. We're gonna talk about husbands. I just like shut up, Meredith. Like shut up. So it's funny to me that you got all this energy for Angie, but you didn't have it for Jen. You sure didn't have it for Gunica. So yeah, miss me.
I'm literally right there with you.
Come on, Kimmy.
She just makes my head hurt. Like I think my headache just came back as soon as we just started talking I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But you know what? It's funny because me and Barbara go against each other too. Like we're literally in our it was somebody like we both just started liking Mary. Like we both started liking Mary, but it's somebody else that I was like, we were flip-flopped on, and then she was like, yeah. This one right here is a hard nut to crack. This one, hard nut to crack. This one right here.
Dubai. Yeah, it's probably someone from Dubai. Kevin, come to join. Yeah, y'all. Meredith is a character, and I can't do it.
Right.
Over at Speaking of Angie, though, over at Angie's house, she has stopped crying since being kicked out of Meredith's bat mitzvah, but she was crying all night. Let her tell it. And she tells Sean that, you know, she went into the situation with the best intentions. She was trying to move forward with them. And last time she checked, you don't just invite just anybody to a bat mitzvah. Like, that's supposed to be, you know, a intimate, like, you're supposed to have your close people around. But actually, wait, no, because Heather's freaking plastic surgeon was there. So maybe that didn't really matter. Anyway,
how did the surgeon get here? Go ahead.
We just were talking about it last week too. Like, wait, I feel like I hit on the fact that was a little like, but then you were like, oh, well, no, like there's a certain type of people that are really there. And a lot of times, you know, people that got little coin be at stuff like that. So it's like, on one hand, I get it. But at the other hand, I'm like, yeah, that is a little weird. Like, anyway. And yeah, so you really held on to this though, Meredith. Like, you really held on to this and then decided to do this at your religious ceremony. That's how Angie's seeing it at this time. And all Sean really said was, don't let her put you in the same position that she put you in last night. Like, that sounds a little weird when you say it like that. And
if you don't know what the situation was, it is, but we know what the situation was, Sister Diane.
I don't. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, yeah, that was his word of advice to her, and she's like, "Oh no, she's never gonna get that opportunity to basically catch Andrew slipping again," and that's kind of where her head is at going into this girls' trip to Puerto Vallarta. What say you about that little scene between them?
I always think that Sean is always right there, not to catch his wife because she's not falling, but you know, he's always just a supportive little ear. He don't overstep. So I like their dynamic, and I can see why somebody would have came for it, you know, for how long they've been married. You know, they probably never, well, I ain't gonna say never, but maybe the rumor wasn't as big, but because they're on TV, here go the rumor being sounding real big. But even still, I like Sean and Angie's, the way they talk. They don't really scream at each other. They like real respectful of one another. I need to learn that. Because yeah, I can just like literally 0 to 100. And it's not intentional, just sometimes it's just life be life. And so that's what happens. But yeah, I like watching them because I'm inspired. Like, you literally can have that. You literally can have it. So yeah, I think he told her the right thing. Don't let nobody, one, steal your joy. Two, it's not her trip. Thank goodness, because we already have an egomaniac that is planning the trip and is behind the scenes like girl, go ahead, let's go to the next scene because I can't wait to tear into her.
Oh, okay. So y'all, then we get the scene with Angie and Mary, and Mary has arrived at Angie's house, and she's just, you know, a knocking. And Angie's nowhere in sight. So Mary's like, she let herself in. She made herself at home, which I'll probably do the same thing. And so Mary's just sitting there all cute on the couch, and we see Angie. I do have a picture of this. I think I do. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Sorry, y'all. I thought I did. But so she comes down finally, and like Mary's sitting there on the couch, and she's like, peekaboo, and Angie's like, oh my god, you know, I wasn't ready for you or whatever. But it was a really cute scene. And she comes over. She had a little charcuterie plate situation and some champagne that neither of them could really open. But once they finally get it open and pour up and stuff, Angie's like, you know, what's going on? What's up? And Mary's like, well, or because Mary had already said, like, you know, thank you for the food or whatever, but probably won't eat because don't really have much of an appetite. And so that's why Angie was like, you know, what's up? What's going on with you? And Mary opens up by saying, well, you know, like when one of your kids is just like, you know, like when you're not one of your kids, because side note, something else that I just realized too, I feel like component that really probably draws them together as friends is the fact that they both are mothers of only one child. So that was just random something that I thought of. But anyway, back to this part. Mary's like, well, you know, one of your kids is just off and they're just like avoiding you and they're just acting like real different and not looking you in the eye and all the things. And so she says that she went to sit down and she was like, you know what, tell me what is going on with you, son. And was like, yeah, boy, oh boy, did he tell me. She says, she goes on to say that Robert Jr. told her things she wasn't aware of, such as he's been doing drugs, and to include heroin, which to me, I don't know, maybe that was just like, I don't know, when I hear the word heroin, I'm like, oh my God, like that.
I think that's why she colored that one first. Like, let me get the worst one out there and then run it back.
That's literally where my mind goes. Like, well, hair. Okay. Xanax and acid, and that turned into other stuff. And I know we had brought up when they first had that initial scene, we had brought up, did he actually admit that it's a problem or whatever? And I don't think we ever got that answer verbatim from him in that scene. But in this scene, Mary does actually say that he admitted to being it being an addiction. So I think we kind of got the answer there. Like he knows that this is not, you know. So she also goes on to tell Angie how he said at one point he didn't even want to, you know, live, and he felt like a stain. You know, we heard all of this, right, y'all? And that's when she really starts to get emotional, because she's like, no, like it took me 4 years it took her 4 years to conceive. And she wanted to be pregnant so bad. And we remember how she said in that scene, like, you know, she wasn't happy before he came into her life. So he wasn't a mistake by any means. He wasn't, you know, a stain that was not supposed to be there, like none of those things. And she's still very much holding herself responsible for him going down this path. She's still very much like, you know, what did she do? What did she not do? What did she not catch? Because she's always been the type of person that prided herself on knowing her child, because unlike her mom, who didn't know her or her siblings.
That's crazy.
This is when Angie starts to chime in and say, you know, you did all of the right things, but ultimately, like that could happen to anybody. Like it just is something that, you know, can just happen. And this is also when she tries to like weigh in too with and say how, like, with her mom and stuff, that, you know, making these realizations, it helps you with forgiveness. It helps you to understand that addiction is a disease, and it helps you just to really just come to terms with that. And this is also when in Mary's confessional, she really starts to go in on the fact that she doesn't have help. And that's probably like really where I like got like wow. Because she's like, you know, she doesn't have any of those maternal figures in her life. She doesn't have a mother or a grandmother. We do know that her mother is alive, but they are very much estranged. So she doesn't have somebody that she can just go to that can help her navigate this situation. But, you know, at the same time, though, she is going to, it's her duty to help him through this. She's going to do it to the best of her ability, even though she doesn't exactly know how to go about that, but she's going to figure it out. She's going to figure out how to help her son. And in this moment, she's like, also, Angie, that's another reason why I need to, you know, make sure home is straight. I need to make sure he's all taken care of before we take off on this trip, by the way. And Angie was very, I feel like, receptive in this conversation. And she's like, you know, I'm telling you this in confidence, basically, like, you know, don't expect this to be told to anybody else. And Angie completely was receptive to that, and she told her it's going nowhere. They even pinky promised on it, which I thought was so cute. Yeah. And she said, not that she was proud of her, but I think she did end off with giving her some like words of encouragement. I think she said like he's lucky to have her as a mom or something. Yeah. So
no, not even that he's lucky to have you as a mom.
lucky to have her.
She's lucky to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, even though as a mom, I'm sure, but like, yeah.
I don't know. Like for me, I don't know. Maybe it was also too like just where my mind was at when I was watching the show and stuff like that too. And I just was really thinking like, yeah, like you really do lean on certain individuals at times that have either been in similar situations or just people that you can just ultimately just trust and trust their judgment or trust, their listening ear and stuff like that. And it really, if you do have those types of figures in your life, it can really definitely help. So
Especially when, like you said, she doesn't have any maternal parent or grandparent to help her as well. And the cold thing is, we still don't know how much, excuse me, how much support she's getting from Robert Sr. because we have yet to see it. Not to say he's not. I'm not saying whether he is or not, but yeah, we don't know. So that's a little more, even more puzzling for me, because it's like literally this is your son too, so you should be able to bear some of the weight that she has on herself. Now, maybe he doesn't want to be on TV, so we don't see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have someone call me a predator.
Absolutely not. So we don't know, but I'm hoping that Robert Sr. is somewhere in the picture. I love I love to see the fun side of Mary, her just knocking. Now that lady house is huge. She knocking so soft. She knocking like, girl, you gotta bang on that door like a dang on police officer. That girl can't hear you. Where the doorbell?
Maybe here, but I was also thinking like, okay, but production obviously is all in there and stuff like that. So maybe like she just assumed it was them knocking some stuff. Like maybe she just assumed it was them moving around too. I can see how like production being there sometimes can throw off your judgment or throw you off sometimes.
Yeah, that my supposed to just walk in
there because she probably just like she probably saw in her peripheral vision, maybe like, okay, that's production or somebody over there, and he's like, no, peekaboo. Sorry.
That was so funny. I love, like, literally, I love seeing the fun, softer side of Mary because, like I told you guys before, it took me a minute to like really try to understand Mary, like for a cool little minute. But I am happy that she finally let the weight off her shoulders because you get a half a dang on person. A half a person to listen to what you need them to listen to and hear you and support you. Like you're solid, the shoulders like literally come down, and you can actually start thinking about past where you were at because you are literally trying to figure out like how am I supposed to speak to this person, to whoever. I don't even got the right words outside of, like I told you guys, Robert. I don't know. I'm sure he knows about his son, but like literally, that's still your husband, his father. He's gonna feel a way about it. You're gonna feel a way about it. He might be on some, oh, well, he got himself in it. He can get himself out of it. And you as the mother might be like, no, that's not my son. And we're not doing that. So there could be that kind of disconnect as well. Because, men are just not as maternal. They are paternal, but they're not as maternal as we are. So we don't know what the disconnect is. So like I said, happy that Mary was able to get it off her chest, weight lifted off of her, and that, she was able to confide in somebody. And the fact that, like you said, that the irony is that they both are single. They both have single children, just one child each. Also was the irony of the fact that Angie went through substance abuse with her parent, which flips it around for, it's the opposite, but it's still the effect is the same. So it was just like, dang, out of everybody she can confide in. And like she said, let's be clear, her marriage were cool, even though they're rebuilding. But the fact that she can tell Angie, and Angie could literally be like, okay, well, you know what? I see what's going on. I understand it. My mom had a disease. It wasn't that, but same difference. So I like literally was like, I'm so happy that Mary was able to get that off her chest. And yeah, I said about the addiction and the disease and stuff. I'm
It
sorry.
sounds like both like or they both have a lot of siblings too, I think too, is what it sounds like.
Oh, and that's true. So I also put, I love that Angie told her that she cannot put the blame on herself the way
Yes.
she's doing, but understands her having to go through those emotions, trying to go back and find out, like, what did I do wrong? Like literally that's what you do. I don't even care if it's a breakup, an argument. You go back and try to figure out what went wrong. Where did I usually you're supposed to go there, but sometimes it's where did we as the people that's arguing, where did we go wrong? And so I just like that Angie was able to tell her, you know what, like literally this could happen at any time to anybody. Yes, Mary did say, yeah, but it's happening to me. Yes, it is. It's happening to you. And Mary, you got God on your side. You have a lot of things. You do have things that are like against you, but you also have something that's very powerful, which is a relationship with your God, who also that strengthens you. So you got it. Like literally, you have it. So I was really happy to that they talked about that, and that Mary and them that they think it's that whole little scene was like something. It touched me. So I'm sorry.
That was definitely one of the best other scenes from the season for me, and I really like hope like even if you guys aren't Angie fans or Mary fans, whatever, like I do think that these two ladies have a genuine friendship, and I because we see them all the time online, even off not when no cameras are in sight. So I do hope that they remain friends for real. That's so funny. Sean knows his wife is pure malarkey with that Rosie the Robot from the Jetsons voice. I cannot with Kevin. I cannot.
He know he loved Angie. Knock it off.
This scene was so genuine and heartfelt. Angie and Mary are really fans on. Angie was the first person Mary confided in. Yes, friends. Yes,
love that.
I feel that exact same way. Keep that girl away from him. Two struggling addicts. Yes, and I was thinking about that too. Like even if they do, God willing, both get clean and everything and stuff like that. Like I think that relationship has ran its course. It seems like obviously one of the main things keeping them maybe like do they even have anything else in common other than drugs? Like you don't be the same person when you're sober and when you're on. So I think hopefully that's just maybe that's in the past. Hopefully. I know, aren't they so cute?
Oh, thank
you. Yeah, these are the points I was glad that you guys brought up, because I did catch this too, that he is involved, and even Kimmy's point right here that he also had that issue. I did hear that too, but it's more like for me, I guess when I say that, I say like someone can still be involved and like be there to help, but like at the same time, what is their relationship? Like you have to only still receive that from the people that like you receive it from, if that makes sense. Like if they weren't that close, or if that's just like we see the relationship between Mary and her son and stuff like that, and it seems like they have very great communication and like have a closeness, but at the same time, if that's just not the dynamic between him and the dad, or he just, I don't want to say like, I don't want to make like this an age thing or anything like that, but I just mean like it's going to be different. You're going to lean on people like differently. It just depends. So I hope he's in a better space. I do hope that is like just something that's in the rear view by now. I really do.
Me too. I'm glad. Thank you guys for letting me know that, because like I said, I don't want to speak out of term, and I don't feel like saying allegedly, because it's no allegedly. I don't know what's going on, other than I think that the Robert Sr. said, I'm not doing the show. I'll support you while you do the show, but I'm not being a part of that, and please keep me out of it. And so that's why I give him the benefit of the doubt. But still, it's nothing like talking to your good girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like literally, and it's not disrespect to your husband. It's just sometimes it's a woman on woman thing, and so it's a little different. And like I just told you guys a little earlier, men tend to be a little rougher or harder on their sons or with a man. And just like you guys just said, y'all telling me that Robert Sr. had the same problem too, or so he is the addictive personality. So, you know, he might be like, did nobody help me? I just did it by myself. You know, we don't know the dynamic. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And that's something else I meant to say about that too, is like, yeah, he can be involved in all these things or whatever, but maybe he's a trigger too. Did you guys ever think about that too? Because the you know, the oddities surrounding him and Mary's, you know, relationship and all that and stuff like that. Like, so we just got to take all these things, I feel like, into account when we're, you know, talking about this, because and ultimately all we can do is speculate, y'all, because we're not, you know, in their household. We can only just take these bits and pieces and stuff, and, you know, pray for the best for them. Kevin, for me though, he says it makes Angie K tolerable, the scenes between her and Mary. I cannot. Y'all, but okay, so next up we get the ladies. Everybody's kind of packing, you know, here, there, haha, he, whatever. It's getting closer to the time that they're about to leave. I think they were 3 days out by this time, and before we know it, it's everybody's arriving to the airport. We have Heather we're getting like the narration for this scene, talking about, like, you know, it's starting off it's starting off good enough, I guess. You would actually never even tell that Angie and Brittany really have any beef between them right now, because, and as she's saying this, we're hearing Angie telling Brittany that her hair looks great that day. So hopefully, you know, we're good. And Heather's also, she doesn't currently have any beef with anybody, so she's going into it, you know, all smiles pretty
she's
much.
Looking at it, everybody else. She's just looking at who's gonna have a flame first, because I want to flame the fire. I just want to.
Yeah, she wants to fan the.
She want to fan the fire. You ain't slick. Go ahead.
It's not gonna pop off at the airport, because shout outs to TSA, so we don't have to worry about any Angie and Meredith not speakings and Whitney and Lisa getting out, and we don't have to worry about any of that just yet, thankfully. But as they're walking through the airport, though, y'all, Bronwyn kind of takes a moment and they stop, and she whips out some Judith Lieber bedazzled passport holders for everyone. Cute. Which, yeah, very cute. If you guys know anything about Judith Lieber, they are up there. Even the passport holders, like several thousands of dollars. So.
No, I don't know nothing about it, but I mean,
you know, all the little like cute sparkly handbags she always has in the show, the novelty like ones, like a pizza slice, and
those like, are okay.
Like like $7,000 for like a teddy bear little thing. Yeah.
First of all, never mind. I was like, what am I putting in there but my credit card? But I guess your credit card is way more than 7,000, not mine, because never
That's
mind me. We're talking about Bronwyn. So I see why she could do that in a little lip. That's all she needed in that little purse.
I will take the pink one. Thank you, Bronwyn. And at the same time, instead of just being, you know, super thrilled about that, Lisa's like, well, last time I checked, clip and everything, she's like, you know, find this a little odd, because I got a phone call from Bronwyn the other day, and she asked me if she could bring anything, and I gladly told her that no, like, you don't need to bring anything, you just need to show up, because I got it covered. I got, you know, gifts for everybody. We're good there. We got that flashback. So, but instead of actually Lisa's calling her out about this, and I mean, maybe that was for the best, I guess. So let me not even say it like that. Lisa doesn't address it right now. She asks Bronwyn instead, like, you know, how is she? You know, how are you? Whatever. And we find out, unfortunately, y'all, Bronwyn was attacked like really badly, like by a dog. Like, she had like bruises. I don't know what the other picture is, but she had some really bad bruising. And she let us know that it happened at the dog park when she was there with one of her, you know, 16 dogs, that somebody else was there and they didn't have their dog on a leash. So, and he was in the car on the phone, and the dog attacked her or whatever. And I was like, girl, you better be a lawsuit drafted up, like, because that's insane to me. That No, we don't do that. So
she got bruised up really bad. She looked
I
like
don't have
it looked painful.
I don't
Like
have
the
the
muscle flexing, because you know dogs get bite down to the muscle, and so like literally every flex of the muscle when she walk, I'm feeling like you feeling that girl. Even if she do her arm like this,
a sling, yeah,
mm.
graphic, really graphic, and and then boom, we're gonna go to Mexico like a couple days after that. Like, great, now I'm all bruised.
He's a sport.
She is a trooper, because I would have been like, I would have been pissed. I would have been in the courtroom. Like, I'm like, let's figure this out right now.
Emergency trial.
Like today. Anyway, so, and Lisa also was like, well, why would I think she would ever listen to me? She only listen to Todd, so why would I ever think that she would listen to me?
Oh no, you ain't talking about somebody not listening to Todd when you listen to your husband, girl. The calling
said that a couple times in this episode, and we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. And I don't know if it was shade or not, but I know Brittany had said like, oh, like you don't, it's all good because Chanel cures everything or something. And it's like, I guess because she was wearing Chanel, I don't know, but Brittany, I never know whether or not to take her comments as shade or not, because it's like, sometimes I'm like, wait, are you actually wise enough to do the shade? So it's like, I don't know if it's anyway. Y'all.
Yes, because I didn't call her airhead on my notes like 10,000 times. So I'm just waiting to call her out on it. Airhead.
Just wait. People need to control their dog. Check them out. Yeah, it was bad, like for real.
I would have been on. Hey, Kimmy, the guy would have been on the ground like my neck.
Laid all the way out. First of all,
I'd have been child. I can't see. He got rabies. Wait. I think I'm losing a finger. I can't feel nothing. Like literally, I with the drama I would have gave them.
I'm looking for a payday out here. Yeah, that would have been Barb's.
But like literally, she got bit up a lot like that. Because dogs that go like that, they don't just unless it's a pit bull, they'll go like this and then they'll shake you. But if you ain't a pit bull, they go like this. They just
I've never got bit by a dog. So like, oh my god, yeah, I'm good.
I saw my cousin's friend get bit by my mom's dog when I was a kid. Shout out to Blackie. He was a black German Shepherd, and my cousin Shannon's friend Stevie came in that backyard, and I had never seen that before. Child, like I literally saw the teeth come in and out. Like he bit him down the leg, like just like hers. Like yeah. I was like, whoa. So I can't get it out of my head. I can see how she got bit. It's terrible.
So bad, y'all. But once they arrived safely to Puerto Vallarta, and you notice how it looked like they were all in first class. So I think we're good there. They're welcomed by tequila and a Sprinter, of which Lisa begins to spill all of her tequila all over. Like, I'm like, you sit there. You can sit there. Because, anyway.
Because she just like tequila for the rest of the day?
It's because she decided to wear who travels in heels? Her and Meredith. Everybody else, go back and watch the episode, y'all. Everybody had on flats, but her and freaking Meredith. And I was just like, that's exactly what you get. Like, just being extra for no reason. Anyway, so Lisa starts to go on about how she planned this trip to the T. She even had PowerPoints down to the tiniest details. And you guys heard Heather in the background talking about some ain't no party like a Barlow party.
Girl, sit down. Shut up.
That part. Shut up. In that order. Just like that. Because like tell me you're a pick me without telling me you're a pick me. Like for real, just
you ain't never been to no Lisa Barlow party. Shut up.
Exactly. So what are you talking about, Heather? Like honestly, obviously, y'all, we already know a lot of this is rooted in like they have decided to have this like OG alliance, I guess, if you will, because we know that Lisa really still probably do not see it for Heather. And if you guys watch What Happens Live, that's honestly, that was the main gist of it for me, was that anytime a question, you know, those little games they play and stuff like that, anytime there was a question and it was a Lisa and a Bronwyn question, these Heather was up there trying to bite her tongue so hard and pussy pop and, you know, freaking act like he didn't know the real answer when the real answer was Bronwyn half the time, but she was trying her hardest to not give Bronwyn her credit and to only go up for Lisa and cases. That was so annoying. I think they asked, and I mean, I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know anyone's pockets, but what I do know is that I haven't seen anybody else on here pull out and purchase millions of dollars of necklaces on this show until Bronwyn was up here doing that. So Heather, when they ask you who was given like more rich or whatever, like I feel like that's you trying to play in our faces. Like, come on now, girl. Anyway, going back to the episode though. They stayed at the Vedanta World or something like that. It looked like a really nice property, y'all. I need to be there. Apparently, really just beautiful. All the pools and, you know, right on the beach, all the things.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, I need to be there like literally
right now. Yes,
right now, like
right now. Yes, absolutely.
And not only is the property beautiful, but they don't have not one, they got 2 villas, y'all. 2 villas, and each villa has 4 rooms in it. 2 of which rooms, I found this out on the after show, 2 of which rooms are suites. So, of course, we know already, not everybody gets along. Not everybody gets along, and sorry, there's like something in my eye. Sorry, y'all. Not everybody.
Understatement.
What? Not everybody
they don't all get along. That's an understatement.
Like 25 times. It's the Angela Meredith, and then it's the Lisa and Whitney, and then it's a Bronwyn and Angela. Like, it's any way you slice and dice it, this was going to be a problem. So I have the breakdown right here. Villa 1, Meredith, Heather, Lisa, Brittany. Villa 2, Bronwyn, Angie, Whitney, Mary. And when they first get there, it's actually Lisa that's like, you know, trying to like break it down to them and stuff like that. And my thing is, I get everybody has beef, but can you guys clarify for me, Whitney, and what happened between Whitney and Brittany?
I don't remember.
I don't remember anything like concrete happening between them. There's just the way that Lisa posed.
Well, why you're asking, because you're saying like Brittany could have bumped in with them and she could have brought one in, but you already know that Lisa was trying to make a statement. She's
the only other way
literally talking to Bronwyn when she does this.
The only other way I could have seen it going is because at first, I was like, okay, well, if Bronwyn went over there, maybe Heather switched with Heather's probably the only one that probably could have switched.
Oh yeah, Heather could have went over there.
Obviously, she wanted to keep people that are like most comfortable and like that actually makes sense.
No.
There's her understanding.
Lisa wants Heather to keep kissing her behind and trying to get in with the good girls.
She can't kiss her behind if she's in the next villa. She needs to be in this villa kissing behinds. That's the only other way I probably could have seen it. And I guess this is when we can kind of break down the fact that on the after show, Lisa went on to talk about how she divvied it up based on, again, there being 2 suites. And so for her villa, it was going to be her having one and Heather having one. And she decided to let Heather have one because on the Bermuda trip last year or whatever, Heather gave her the next best room. So she was just, paying it forward and, or reciprocating that energy and giving Heather villa. And then on the other side, it was supposed to be Bronwyn and Angie that had the suites. But, and I loved when I found out that this is what happened. In the end, they said that apparently instead of, I guess Bronwyn still kept the suite, but I guess instead of Angie taking the other suite, she gave it to Mary. And I thought that was really, really sweet.
Oh, Kevin, where you at? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I guess I'll say it now because guys watch them or whatever, that Bronwyn, she had her feelings about how it was split up at first, but in the end it actually was for the best. So she actually was like, thank you, Lisa. It actually turned out for the benefit. So we're gonna have to see obviously that a little bit more about that benefit as it comes, but right now that's just what we know based off of the episode and after show. So back to the scene where we at. So yeah, y'all. She just based it on who's getting along, who's not getting along.
I mean, I ain't mad at that. To be honest, I'm not mad at that. I mean,
it was going to happen. It was going to have to happen, but later on, I think Whitney is the one that says it wasn't so much that happened. That happened as much as it was like usually like there's not actual assignments to the rooms to it. So I guess that's what made it weird for her. I don't know.
That's true. I mean, usually you just be like, there's 2 villains, go take your room, go pick your room, and whoever lands where they land, not knowing what's going to be with the villa to the who's. There's so many pockets of people that don't get along. It just would have been great for them to pick their own rooms, and if they was been close together, then that's what it would have been. It's the wackadoodle to the 5th hour.
I like
that. I like it. The wackadoodle.
Her voice sounded a little different for me. I don't know why.
You see, y'all see she colored her hair.
She looks good. Watch what happens live. I wish I should have got pictures. Sorry, y'all. That's because she got a care whatever. She got a partnership on the way, she said. So she got a treatment, a Keristas whatever treatment, and them, so she's feeling herself real big. And honestly, if she is about to get a partnership with them, I think that's awesome. I would hope that would happen, after making that such a big part of the last like 2 episodes at this point. I love Lisa's dedication to making this trip perfect. She had y'all thank you, Orange Blossom. Well, first of all,
we are gonna get to that, but I did. I was like, wow, she is.
Hey, feisty.
Oh, yeah, feisty one. Thank you for coming in, my sis. But literally, I was like, it's a little anal, but I mean, I ain't mad at the organization of it all. I'm just not gonna be never mad at that.
And no, is my question. Honestly, I prefer this. It is extra, but I would prefer stuff like this because then it tells me exactly what I need to pack. What's the plan? What's the aesthetic, so I can not look like I'm going somewhere different than where we're going.
And that's you act like Whitney
and Meredith, extra clothing racks. And Meredith even pissed me off when she said that, because I was like, why don't you just call? You have the phones right there. You call.
She don't have the bigger room? Oh no, she didn't get the bigger room too?
No, but hopefully she at least got one with a bath. I'm sure we'll still hear about it in a couple more episodes. Like, well, now that you mentioned it, I was a little, hurt that I wasn't given a suite as well. I understand there's only 2, but we have been friends for a while, so I just would have expected a little more.
You look just like her and sound just like
how she is.
I know. That's what's crazy to me, that you look and sound just like her.
That's literally how she poses it. Like, well, I just.
And she always puts her head to the side and does that.
She talks and like down. She like downplays it when she talks about it, but it's like obviously if you're talking about it, it's a big deal to you.
It's bothering you.
She just works my nerves off. You can't tell. The PowerPoint. Yes, the whole PowerPoint. Like, girl. So again,
there's one thing there's one thing if it's an itinerary, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole other thing when you do a PowerPoint presentation for the group, but you don't let them see it, but you got one.
I just assumed you would give it to everybody. Okay. But Bronwyn, again, she is kind of like ticked off about it because she's thinking, okay, Lisa's trying to prove a point. And she's expecting me, I guess, now to claw my way back into her good graces. Like, girl, basically is where Bronwyn's at this point. So as they're all getting settled, y'all, in their rooms, and we see Angie go over to Whitney's room to ask her what she thinks about the split up of the villas and everything. And Whitney says she found it interesting that, Bronwyn seems to have gotten kicked out of the cool girl club. And Angie says that, well, Bronwyn did do a lot of questionable things. She said a lot of questionable things at the party that even she didn't like. So, maybe that's why they didn't want her over there. And just as they're having this conversation, y'all, Bronwyn walks in, knock, knock, knock. Hey, I'm here. And she asks them what they're wearing tonight. I mean, maybe that was, a logical question, whatever. Whitney was like, oh, child, all I bought was cover-ups, really. So, of course you did, Whitney. So Whitney also was like, well, what did you think about getting kicked out of the Mean Girls Club? Now she called it the Mean Girls Club. And Bronwyn's like,
accuracy in it all. Go ahead.
She doesn't know what she's done to Lisa, but Lisa knows that she was physically attacked by a dog. And she also knows what she's going through with Gwen right now. So she just, again, she was very thrown off by how Lisa did her in this situation. And then we get this flashback, y'all, of just last week. We have Lisa and John and Bronwyn all out, to eat or whatever. And they're actually discussing, or John is explaining to Bronwyn that doesn't know which route to take things, in support of Gwen right now. He's telling her about how Lisa was hard charging, trying to find his, birth parents and stuff for years and years and years. And she had the greatest intentions behind it, but it did wind up being the total opposite of anything great, because the mom actually went on to say that, once baby was born and everything like that, she never thought about it again. Like that was how he said it. She was like, she never thought about it again. And Brown was like, well, do you would you do it all over again or whatever? And he was like, no. And I felt really, I don't know, I felt really bad for, even though Lisa and John have their things about them and stuff like that, I did feel bad in that moment, because like, wow, like I can, like I told you guys when this first came up, just just stuff like this is just always a sensitive thing for me, for me personally. So just knowing that that's the way it went and stuff, and just how somebody can just be so dismissive. And that's not to know, like, we'll never know the mom's full story and stuff like that. I'm not trying to take that away from her, but that's got to be hard to hear and stuff. And for him to just be like, no, I wish we didn't even open Pandora's box with it. I was like, dang. So I guess hopefully maybe that was of some value to hear from Gwen. I don't know. But we got this flashback again just to show that Lisa is very much aware of where Bronwyn is right now in life, what she got going on and stuff like that. And she just, again, with them being the longest, because she said, I don't know if it was at this point. Yeah, it was. She was like, Lisa and I have been friends for almost 10 years since she's been in, but now it's like, since being introduced to the ladies, it's like their friendship is doing this hit or miss type of thing. And Lisa will say it's cool behind the scenes, and then when they get in front of everybody, it's like a different story. So total utter mind F, if you ask me. And in her confessional, or Whitney in her confessional, she was like, Bronwyn was so quick to throw her and Angie under the bus to get in the good graces of Lisa and Heather, but look where you are now with us in the villa. So my how the tides have changed.
Yeah,
they probably over there getting best friend tattoos, I think is somebody said that, and I was like, that's too funny. What did you have to say about that little scene?
There's a couple of things, but okay. The mean girl comment, I already told y'all, like literally they are the mean girls. The fact that Lisa Barlow knows the outcome of what was going on with her own husband, I really feel like she could have handled Bronwyn's situation with mitten gloves, because you knew the outcome, that it didn't work out well with John and finding birth parents and all this other stuff. So when it came down to Bronwyn, even though it was an accident, how you guys fell into each other and figured out who was who and what, you still should stay out of it. Like you literally, it just makes me question what was the motive behind Lisa doing it when you clearly knew that John was not happy with the outcome. So I was like, you're weird. Yeah, like read the room, dummy. Get back. Bronwyn sees that Lisa is two-faced, like Mary's been saying, because she literally, there's a couple of things that Lisa did. I told you I was gonna get in on her.
I can't wait.
One, when Meredith is gonna speak ill around about Angie, that was an opportunity for Lisa to show up and say, you know what? I don't know what all happened. Maybe we need to listen to what all happened, what transpired, or what not, and kind of show up for Angie in that moment. But you didn't. You always tell Angie, oh no, we just met at the aquarium, and we're gonna be friends, and we're and I always look out for you. And even later on in the episode, she gonna say at the table, I'm me, it's me. I spoke up for. I've been the best friend in this group to you. Shut up, Lisa. You're a liar. And so, or I came to your defense, or whatever you said, liar. So that irritated me. So for me, when I going back to Lisa, like you're two-faced, like Mary said. Meredith, you're kind of two-faced too. You guys are two-faced people. Like y'all say one thing and then you turn around and do something else. Let's be clear. Lisa said the same thing. Bronwyn, you said, you know what? I show up. I didn't know where our friendship was going. I don't know. I was backpedaling. I don't know. And then you and Bronwyn supposed to be on this new friendship, and then you do her like this, which was jacked up. But then you turn around and do the same thing you saying. You say one thing to Bronwyn and you show her your ass the next time. Like, girl, I don't know anybody likes Lisa. I don't like
saying the same thing pretty much at one point in the episode. Like they were literally, it was like ping pong. It was like you're not having my back. Oh, she's not having my back either. Like you're literally like actively not.
But you tell them that you do, but you only have Meredith's back. And you only do that because you got caught on the hot mic. Like we already know, girl, that you've been a bootlicker of Meredith since that time, and you're gonna keep licking her boot until she say, you know what? I guess I can forgive you. Like you're literally waiting for that, and she said it, but you know she has not. So you're gonna keep licking her boot until then, and Heather, you're gonna keep licking Lisa's boot until she tells you, Heather, you're great. You lost all the weight. You are amazing. And she's never going to tell you that. You're not going to hear it.
Her as a genuinely like equal friend. Like it's never going to happen. She's never going to see you as that, Heather. No matter how many, Barlow parties you attend, no matter how many Vita tequila shots you throw back, she's not going to see you as she's not. But before I say, and actually Lisa, her slip definitely starts to show even in this next scene that we're about to get into.
Let's go.
All that, y'all, collectively we're sitting at 57 viewers, and these likes are not liking for me, and I'm pretty sure they're not liking for my sis either. So we're gonna play this like the video real quick. You guys are gonna like the video for us, please, and thank you. And next scene. Easy day. Now we're back, y'all. Next scene, Lisa and Meredith. They're over there chatting as the fake friends that they are. And it's a friendship at this point of convenience and based on alliance. We know that's how I feel, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
And Meredith asks Lisa how she's feeling about everyone there and everything. And Lisa's like, actually it's so weird because Bronwyn called me asking if she should bring a gift for everyone. And I told her, no, like I got the gifts covered. She doesn't need to bring one. And then, whoop, wop, wop. She just, whips out these, freaking gifts for everyone. So Meredith's like, you think she was like trying to like one up you, or what was up with that? And Lisa's like, she took it as I'm just gonna again just do whatever I want because I'm Bronwyn, and she was actually like impersonating her in this moment too. She actually did really sound like her too. She's just, Lisa's over Bronwyn not being considerate toward her as Lisa sees it. And she asks Meredith, how does she feel about Angie? And this is why she made sure that she split up the villas the way she did. And Meredith, like, thanks or whatever. And she says that Angie says so many mean things to so many people, and she doesn't vibe with it. This is basically summarized up what she said, y'all. And this is when Lisa pissed me off for the first time. And she says, she's like, Angie better be about on her best behavior. This is the person that you're saying you have in your back and you're not taking sides. Angie better be on her best behavior. That's you actively taking Meredith's side then when it comes to which is the same thing that Angie said she had a problem with. You not showing up for her at the ways that she needs you to show up for her.
My thing is, what you gonna do? How you threatening somebody and let the person know that you threatened? What you gonna do? I feel like Lisa's on a power ego trip. She's waiting. She's sitting with waiting on Bronwyn to say something. Because girl, I'ma send you home. The first moment I get you put me on commercial. Girl, on your trip, girl, I'm waiting for you. One little false move. So now you're transferring that energy over to Angie. And it's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Send her home? Girl, the ego trip that Lisa's on right now, I don't know. Like I said, bootlicker. You're a bootlicker. And I need you to knock it off. And the way Bronwyn was so gracious to bring you on the trip when y'all wasn't in good standings, like Lisa, you literally
And as it stands, last time we checked, right, wasn't the last thing between Lisa and Angie was them at the aquarium wherever, and they squashed everything they had going on. So you and Angie are supposed to be good right now, right?
You're supposed to be like this. We're good. Like this and like this.
She better be on her best behavior.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You ain't gonna tell her that. You're not gonna tell her that. You ain't gonna bust a grape at a salad fight. A salad fight. Girl, shut up.
Kevin, I love Kevin's comparisons. Just way too funny for me. I cannot. A cast of bootlickers. Y'all are too funny. Bronwyn did too much. Bronwyn didn't want to take a picture with Brittany because she had slutty hair, and now Bronwyn's mad that she wasn't teamed up with Lisa. Carmen knows everybody's address. Yeah, no. There's a piece of humble pie, or however you guys want to put it, that Bronwyn had to eat on this trip as well. I will say that's my girl. I've been going up for her, but I got, when she makes the rookie mistakes, I gotta also call her out for it. Oh yes. I always, y'all get these likes up.
Hey, cousin.
Sure you subscribe to our cousin's channel, Ranting with Ricardo. She makes great content over there.
Yes, she just had we had a little what is it, like question, like not bingo. I'll say like,
am I the a-hole?
We just did my movie Low Down Dirty Shame. So you had to, have
drop your link Ranting.
Yes, yeah. And what was the other one? Because that one I was not familiar, but I can't. But whatever it was, we had a good time. I think it was Saturday or Sunday.
I'm here for.
It was Sunday because I was cooking and I was getting ready for football and I couldn't play because I really
was going in on Married to Medicine the other day. Ooh, that was so good.
Oh yes, that's our cousin. Make sure you got great.
So y'all, it's now time for everybody to start getting ready for dinner. And the fact that Meredith brought those big ass bottles of shampoo all the way to Mexico is beyond ridiculous to me, y'all. And what I'm saying is as she's getting glam and stuff like that, she's like tells the butler to put the bag on the chair at the dinner table.
Shout out to the butler, because the butler name is Rudy, and that's my daddy's name. Shout out to him.
I didn't even touch his name. And that was just so ridiculous to me. But whatever, y'all. Oh, it was what? Why do fools fall in love? Oh, okay.
Yes, I
I
hadn't
gotta
watched it in a long time.
I gotta catch Sharif.
She
Like,
got me good on that one. I was like, oh, I forgot. I had the dog wrong and all kind of stuff. I hadn't watched that in a minute. You got me on that one, cousin.
so they're all ready though, and it's poolside cocktails. I feel like there was a couple fashion things in here that I was just like, I'm not gonna say they looked bad, but I was, everybody obviously has their own aesthetic. This is not the best picture. I understand that, y'all, but Lisa's shoes were confusing the out of me. Lisa Ann had their shoes were like kind of weird. She had like these platform like closed toe like clogs on.
Why they didn't like Dutch shoes? She didn't
They
like
were,
she
yeah,
to go.
they were like, I don't really know why she had them on. She should have wore the shoes she had on earlier. Maybe she like rolled her ankle or something and couldn't wear them. I don't know, because you see everybody else has on their like high heel. Well, Brittany has on her everyday heels, but everybody has on their they heels and whatever. And she got on these anyway. Y'all know I always have
doesn't look good. You're right. They don't look cohesive.
I had on some like weird shoes too, though, but I didn't get a picture of that. She's lucky I didn't. Nonetheless, though, y'all, they're all off to poolside cocktails, followed by dinner. And when they arrived, the drinks were all up there ready to go. And they were sponsored by Vita Tequila that we can't find nowhere but in Salt Lake City.
And she definitely brought it with her because in Mexico, they only serve Mexican tequila. So she definitely brought the bottle of Vita with her because they don't have it in Mexico for her.
She said that it comes from Jalisco or something. She says it comes.
It comes from Mexico. That's why she.
No. I went on the website today and it said that it's distributed from somewhere else. So I don't.
The lies.
It didn't say Mexico on the website or something. So I don't know. Maybe not even distributed. It said it was made somewhere else. Anyway, nonetheless, though. So they all grab their drinks and everything, but before they can even toast, before they can even take one sip, guess who has an announcement? Brittany has an announcement, y'all. She has a grand old announcement, and y'all, guess what it is? It's that she's made progress with her daughter Olivia. And she lets us know that she came over the other night. She had a friend with her. They talked for hours, and she even spent the night. Aren't you guys happy for me? Meredith was like, "That's amazing.
That's amazing."
And I should have took a picture of the picture that she showed. I do think that was an old, not like super old, but
the picture of her kids.
Yeah, because Brittany looked a little older in present day. So I'm assuming that was a little bit of an older photo. And I'm like, okay, so that tells us your kids don't live with you at all, which is fine. I mean, that can be normal, even if there's not, turmoil or anything like that. I'm not saying that your kids have to live with you or this parent versus that parent. No. But the kids, I guess, live with their dad or whatever. And she also said too that the issues that she has with her kids stem from her first marriage, because her first marriage is what conceived the kids. Second marriage is what broke the relationship between her and the kids. So she's been married at least twice, is what this tells us. Mm-hmm. And I mean, am I glad to hear that she's made progress with her kids? Of course I am, but
stop the press. Who's that? Like, it's not a stop the press that like, it's not that type of moment. Like, you don't have to make a moment of something. So it's beautiful that happened. Like, there's progress being made, but you don't have to clink your glass and I have an announcement, because an announcement is something like you got something for everybody else, and that's not for everybody else. That's something that we're happy that happened to you, but you could have just said, look, guys, let me tell you what happened when my daughter came by. Like, we don't have to stop the press. We don't have to stop and make it a moment. Brittany, like, oh, she's an airhead, y'all. Like, literally, she's an airhead, and that's why Jared don't like her. He tolerates her. He entertains her. He can't get past the fact that are you this ditzy? Like you're a pretty face, but you are Chrissy Snow. Stop.
It's easy to take someone like her for a ride, man. It's just it's easy. The jokes really like write themselves when it comes to her, when it comes to that.
And sorry to break it to you, Brittany, but Lord have mercy. I need you to buy a clue, buy a vowel, buy some consonants. I don't know. I need you to figure it out.
It's really just she doesn't read the room when it comes to that. And even on the Watch What Happens Live, like there's a lot of times that Heather like had to like throw her under the bus because it's like you were the one that was acting a donkey a lot of times when it came to different things during the season. And whenever Heather would be like Brittany or whatever, she's like, oh, like wow, Heather, like she was just not understanding. Yeah, you're just
so taken aback. Oh my God. Me? Yeah.
Person, you were that person in the group. But nonetheless, y'all, when they gather around and everything, Lisa's like, how's everyone loving their sweets and everything? What's going on? And Angie and Whitney, they're like, yeah, loving everything's good. And Brahman's like, you know what? I gotta be the contrarian. And I was like, yes, this is why I love you. This is why I love you. Because I'm always, I got something to say. I'm gonna say it.
Do it in the moment. Do it in the moment because it hits different.
It really does. And she was like, I just gotta say that I was really surprised by how you divvied up the rooms. And that's because you and I are the longest standing friendship here, and you put me in a villa with two people who aren't even speaking to me. And then that's when Lisa was like, you guys aren't speaking to her? Oh, I'm so mad at myself right now, y'all, that I didn't get the picture of Whitney's face in this moment, because Whitney was like,
Whitney was eating it up.
And I was like, that was funny.
She was eating it up.
Angie had like looked down when Lisa said that. She was just like, so that tells us everything we need to know about that. And Bronwyn was also like, yeah, like not, before today, like no, like, and she's like, she's like, I today we're all in there, so we kind of figured it out. And Lisa, she didn't find that to really be a problem, that both the villas are right next to each other. Like, what's the big deal? Like, we're right over here. And she's like, I planned this amazing trip. It's a beautiful villa. Like it's everything is amazing. Everything is perfect. Like she's just completely not understanding why Bronwyn could have any issues in the world. She planned this amazing trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally like jumping out of my skin, by the way, too, y'all, at this point in the episode. And Bronwyn's like, I was just surprised. I just got to be honest with you. You and Brittany are new friends. And then this is when Brittany jumps in and she's like, well, maybe she likes me more now. Or likes me better now.
Shut up, Brittany. What are you, 16 years old, little girl? Where are you stuck at? Where's she stuck? At 16?
Oh, Gavin, I'm she's
a fashionista.
I'm pop culture content creator. I am I'm full-time fashion girly every day of my life. Yeah. And I gotta keep it 1,000. When I see something, I'm like, what is going on down there, boo?
That was ugly.
She could have kept that announcement. She really could have. They thought Brittany was going to make an announcement about Jared at first, but I'm happy that Brittany has a better relationship. Because yes, y'all, don't get us wrong. We're happy to hear that if that's the case. But it's just like, I still don't think, well, on one hand, I think it's for the show. I am kind of thinking now it must be for the show because of how she carried herself on Watch What Happens Live. Like she carried herself like she has a little bit more sense up there. So I do think she is playing it up for the camera. And for that reason, I can't give her all the blues, because to a degree, does that not happen with a lot of these ladies on the show, that they kind of, they don't fake their character, but a lot of
She's
times
acting.
They're giving you we're not all on a 10 every day. We're not all up here every single day, but when you're filming, you need to be at a 10 every day. So I'll give her that much. Brittany's
like literally, like, can she float away though? Like, could you just float away at this point since you are a helium head? Because the airhead is gonna sit right here with us. I'm gonna need her to helium head and go out.
She's not floating away.
Out to the. Hey, sister.
Hey, princess.
I tell you, oh my god, like literally. Now let me go back a little because I know you're pulling up comments. When they pulled up to the bar, let's be clear. When dude said, you know, this would be the tequila, all I could think about was Ty saying, this tequila ain't even that good.
No, Lisa supplied like the restaurants and stuff like that she goes to. Something tells me that she supplies them with the tequila to serve her.
She did. No way, no other way around it. I'm like, yeah, girl. And the fact that she stays at that villa because the villa is called Vita something, right?
Vivante or something.
Vita Vante. I think it was like
some with the VI. Yeah.
I thought it was VIDA and then Ante. Vidiante. Like literally. But however, I was just like, girl, yo, tequila ain't even that good. Well, yeah, I really want to buy some. Like, can we buy some so I can try it? So I can really put it to the test? Because y'all know that's what I drink. Cognac and tequila.
Mezcal, if I'm gonna, I guess, do it. But I know she has a Blanco, a Reposado, and
Reposado better than the mezcal. I just had some mezcal recently, and it's just too smoky for me. But I do love a Reposado. That's my favorite. And then I can go to the Anejo and then Blanco.
Yeah, I think an Anejo too. Yeah, those three.
Yes, honey.
Put a mirror at the bottom of the oh my god. She just
that would she probably would.
Not clicking. What was funny when gave a hoot about Britney's like literally when I say y'all it was crickets, you could have heard a pin drop out there. Like everybody was just like, but y'all, I'm sorry to tell you, you know, we know Andy, he doesn't ever obviously come out and say things, but he did give me enough confirmation, I would say, on Watch What Happens Live last night with her that she's going to be back next season. He gave me that. Yeah, he gave me that.
She still did reality TV with her airhead self.
I thought that even before, but it was just, again, you know, he gives off certain he gives off clues if you've been watching, you know, these shows for long enough that I'm like, yeah, she'll be back. Stop making fetch happen with that mediocre tequila. Yeah, it's gonna keep being mediocre in our opinions, Lisa, until we try it. Like, and we're only the next state over, pretty much. So, like,
literally, like Utah is drivable. Like, my husband literally thought about moving there, and he literally thought about moving there since they've been on. So, like the first season, and then he started trucking, and he went trucked out there. He was like, "Babe, what you think about Utah?" I was like, "Utah?" Hi, son. I was like, "Utah," and then I was like, unless I can go hang out with the girls, I don't mind. I was like, "There's a lot of people out there. We probably could do it." But yeah, literally. Yeah.
Definitely could.
I want some of that tequila. I want to try it. I want to be able to do what Todd did and say yay or nay
about it, and not like let me just see what's up, because we've been talking about it for 5 seasons now, and that's all she ever says. Vita. Like, come on.
And the funniest part too is when Winnie told her, literally, when I said, "What are you, 16?" She likes me better than you, maybe. Like, literally, I was like, I love how Winnie had to say, this dumb don't even know that she is being a pawn in this scheme of things. Like, you literally are like, yeah, they like me better. Don't you remember that Bronwyn just threw you under the bus like 20 minutes ago? Literally, it was a couple of days ago, but literally 20 minutes ago, and told you that you were the one that started the whole thing, even though we're going to get to it again. But like, literally, she threw you under the bus and said you was the one that called Angie the whatever it was, slut, whatever it was that they were talking about. But like, literally, you don't remember this? Like, I'm like, is she on medication? Because she reminds me of somebody that's like literally on medication and acts loopy and just, oh, wherever I go, you go. And, oh my God, I didn't remember I even said that. Like literally, she acts loopy to me.
She does. And that's why I said, whenever I'm trying to explain to her, y'all, and I say, like, she's just somebody that you just don't take serious. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, would you take these types of behavior serious? No, you wouldn't.
Do you think Jared's taking it serious?
No. No, I'll wait. I'll wait to talk about that until then.
Okay, all right.
She does give us an update on
Oh, okay.
Watch What Happens Live. Yeah. Oh, I feel like we just hit like several points when we were just kind of rambling about that. So let me see where we're at in my notes then. Who is Robin? Why do I have the word Robin in here? Who's Robin? I don't know who that could have been. I think I was voiced to text, and it must
That's
have...
funny because on my thing, one of mine said Roman, Roman, and it just said something Roman. It was like 2 words. I was like, I don't even know what that is. I just scrolled up. I have no idea what that was.
I don't know, but so again, Lisa and Bronwyn, they're kind of going back and forth right now, where Bronwyn's trying to get Lisa to realize that it's not like I'm it's more of just, I wanted to be around you because you know where I'm at right now with things, and instead of you being receptive to my feelings, as Whitney would say, you're just not. Lisa was just by no means trying to see Bronwyn's point in this. And even Whitney, like we were just saying, that's when Whitney's like jumping in to say different things and say like, well, how about you just like say sorry then or whatever. And then Lisa's like, because I don't apologize, or I don't say things that because people want me to say them the way they want me to say them, whatever. I say things the way I want to say them when I want to say them.
So why wouldn't you have said that to Heather? Because Heather's the one that said it. Heather said, what exactly would make you feel better, Bronwyn? What would make you feel better? So literally you went off on her when you should have said, Heather, I don't need your help. So that none of that would have took place. But instead of doing that, you sit there and let Heather say what she said, and you went off on them. That made me mad too. Sorry, I had to jump in there because sometimes if I don't, I will forget, and then we'll be already down the page and it won't hit the same. But yeah, that made me mad. Go ahead. Vita Tequila distributes its location.
Well, I mean, okay. I'm trying to
Can your sister get us some because y'all closer? She's closer to Connecticut.
I'll call.
Can you?
Well, I don't remember when I looked, it said Connecticut. I definitely, again, it said something different, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe like if it was distributed, like, because even though it was distributed there, it still can come from Mexico. But I don't know. There's too many inconsistencies around this. We don't see the damn product. And
Mexico is not selling no tequila that is not coming out of Mexico, period, point blank. Let me be clear. Like literally, I was on Patron and they did not have it there years ago when I was on Patron for so long. Go there, they're like, we don't have Patron. Why not? It's not a Mexican tequila. Boom.
Oh, and you, I mean, again, y'all, I know how businesses work, but I just would think then she would pick a different dish, unless like Connecticut is like the best place then, because even so, like Mexico and Utah we need a day in the life of Vita Tequila owner. That's what I need to see. There's just Lisa, everybody else down at Bravo is making YouTube channels these days. So I guess you're allowed to make one too. How about you make yourself a YouTube channel and do a series dedicated to just the intricacies of your business? Because as you see, like, it's just not, we're hearing all different things and we still not seeing no product, and inquiring minds want to know. Tequila drinkers would like to know.
Please. Thank you. And thank you.
Hey, Larja.
What's up, guys? What's up, Larja?
Yeah, I was in there.
Y'all follow her too.
Speaking of people down at Bravo with YouTube channels,
Larja Curse, that's a beautiful channel, you guys. Y'all check her out. She got hella content.
We was in there in on, people that's names used to be sweet tea but should be bitter tea. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Tea.
we love Larja Curse over here. It's made in so it's made in there, distributed in Connecticut, but still. Okay, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Again, this much, y'all, because I did hear from somebody in New York-based creator that they do have it at some of the bars over there in New York. What would make sense then if it is distributed in Connecticut?
Out of Connecticut.
Go home to Jersey or something like that. Yeah, I probably could get my hands on it or whatever.
I'm telling you.
Why do I gotta go? Oh, like, why wouldn't you? We live in California.
I mean, like, Mexico's right down. I mean, like a couple of hours away from you.
Like, you're missing out on a whole big old market here. We live in Southern California. Like, come on now. Like, let's be real.
Let's be real.
Patron. I think we got some downstairs actually.
I said years ago, brother. That's when Patron first came out. That was literally like 2001 for me. Like, literally, we're talking over 20 something years ago. Like, literally, I don't drink that. I don't need no Patron with the big old thing that goes inside. Like, literally, it's not even a full cup. You pick that, turn the bottle upside down. The bottle goes inward like a moon. I said, y'all been getting me for too many years. I'm not messing with y'all no more.
Don't get me started with her ranting because she pissed me off. Again, shout out to Larger Curse because she was playing the TikTok live that she had, and when I tell you, if obsessed with your coworker was a person, is that girl right there? Insane. Reposado is this tequila for me.
That's my fave.
Apparently that's what she got. So we got to do some taste testing down here. Yeah, someone needs to.
I did like the way that Bronwyn and Lisa spawned against each other. Like them going back and forth. They didn't argue. I mean, they were arguing, but they weren't raising their voice. It like literally is like, this is how I feel. Oh no, Lisa wasn't taking accountability. And then Bronwyn was like, well, look, this is how I feel. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't even care about your feelings because I'm trying to tell you what I'm doing. So like literally I was like enjoying their
I was too. We were too until Brittany jumped in to be like, I think it was when Lisa was like, oh, well, I'm hosting this trip differently or whatever. And then that's when Brown was like, oh, well, she's not gonna listen to me or whatever. And now you're getting a little bit bass in your voice or whatever. And Brittany was like, a little bass in your voice, whatever. Like Brittany kept chiming in to like either play victim or to like just say little things that were also like she's been hanging out with Heather too much, and I'm glad I just made that connection because Heather even said she's like, oh, I'm teaching her too much when she was on Watch What Happens Lives.
No,
she is acting like a Heather because she's literally actively fanning the flames of what's going on between these two ladies right here at the table. If you ask me,
you gotta stand out of it. Just be quiet.
When there was two people, when it was Meredith and Angie, she did it too. She just keeps like getting all up in there. I'm like, I see what you're doing. We see what you're doing.
Yes.
And Lisa, again, she's like, they're all beautiful rooms. And Brahman's like, she's trying to extract this acknowledgement from Lisa about how she feels. And Lisa's like, it's weird that, again, anyone has a problem with any of the rooms. And I was like, did you guys catch Angie's face when she said that? Because Angie definitely was like, not pot and kettle like over here. And Brown was like, again, my issue is not with the rooms, it's with her and Lisa. And Lisa's like, I don't think anything I could do could make you feel differently. It can make you feel grateful based on, the other, and this was shade, y'all, based on the other trips you've been on, and I've also been on nice trips as well and luxury trips as well, which is why I plan everything down to the tiniest detail. And Brahman, of course, took that as Lisa was trying to call her snobby. And so she shut her down real cute, real nice. And she was like, let's be clear about who was ungrateful about whose trip first, Lisa. Like, let's my, how soon we forget. But shout out to production because they rolled that beautiful bean footage several times during this episode, y'all, in case the ones in the back forgot. And instead of, getting them a private plane, Lisa says that she used her money towards a trip to London during the summer for her and John. Okay, good.
Why are you explaining that? You were weird. Even
so random how she went in and just said, are we supposed to be? I was like, are we supposed to either be jealous, be happy? Like, I didn't know what type of emotion she was trying to evoke out of us when she said that.
Right.
But whatever.
We're supposed to congratulate you, girl. What are we supposed to do with that?
I was just so weird. And Heather, this is when Heather jumps in. She's trying to, referee the situation, I guess you would say. And she's trying to see exactly what it is that Bronwyn needs, and what she could, possibly do in this situation to make her comfortable. And it was actually Whitney that was like, how about you just say, I'm sorry? And again, Lisa was like, I don't say things when someone tells me to say, the whole thing, y'all. And luckily enough, the bartender interjects and he's like, yeah, y'all's table is ready. Did you have anything else to say about that part?
No, not really. Just the fact that
I looked and I'm about to send me the link because I looked.
Oh, I got Bevmo. We got Bevmo. I didn't know it was there.
But it was not
today.
It was not in there when I looked. It was not in there because I would have bought it.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Excuse me. When I don't know if you got to this part yet, but when she was like, dang, I literally, we're living right next door to each other, bro. Like literally,
yes.
Everything about the shower. I was like, okay. It is feeling a little bit like Bronwyn. What exactly does she want you to do? Like, I understand why Brittany's over there. Like, I'm not getting my room. Like, nobody wants you to give your room up, little lady. What she's trying to do is trying to let her friend know in the moment how she feels about it, nip it in the bud, and not talk behind her back like you guys are used to doing. So that throws you guys off altogether because y'all don't know how to do that. You guys literally wait to get behind each other back and then say something to the other person instead of doing what Bronwyn's doing and saying, look, I don't agree that I should be over here with the girls, especially, whatever the case may be. So I just, again, Bronwyn always just brings it for me. Like literally she brings it. She tells it like it is. Whether you believe it, don't want to, acknowledge it. Lisa never acknowledges anything. She literally takes no accountability, especially because she even said something. She started like, well, if I, and then I think Bronwyn started shaking her head like, girl, you cannot start off, even if it's not an apology, but just don't even start off with the, if I hurt your feelings, if I. No, I'm telling you, you did. My intention was not to, is what you need to start off with. My intention was not to do that. Not if I hurt your feelings. No, if is a fifth, and I'm not drunk. So no, if, it's no if. I'm telling you, you hurt my feelings. So not no if. Those are not my intentions. I was not trying to hurt your feelings and start from there. But Lisa don't do that. Lisa don't know how to, she doesn't take accountability for nothing.
And
sorry.
if this is really your friend and you're not a narcissist, then it shouldn't be like it would never, even if that wasn't my intentions and it's not something like just like completely, obviously y'all, if it's something completely outlandish, I don't expect you to just be like, just apologizing for anything. But like, if it's something, I would say this is within reason. If it makes sense, then what is so big of, what is so major about apologizing to someone you consider a friend then at that point? Like, you'll never have to just like beg me like tooth and nail for an apology if it's somebody who's genuinely my friend and they're saying like, for real, my feelings are hurt right now. Like, why wouldn't I try to like figure that situation out? Like, I don't get it.
Unless you don't care, which that is what it's coming to. Like, the only reason why you would not do that is because you don't give a.
That's really the only way I can put it. That's really what it sounds like, y'all. But as they're walking to the table, this conversation is still going on between Bronwyn and Lisa. And again, Bronwyn's really like using every breath in her body to try to get Lisa to see her point of view on this. And Lisa's just like, well, you're not up for a lot of things, and you're just basically it's making shit out of nothing, basically is what it comes down to for Lisa. And in this conversation, it's continuing and continuing, and as everyone's taking their places around the table, there is name placards too. And y'all, as they're starting to take their seats, we see that and if I don't have this picture, I'm going to screen. Oh, I do.
Okay.
That there is this beautiful, like little, like there's like a canvas tote shopping bag on Angie's chair. And Angie's like, oh my, and Whitney's like, you have something in your chair. And so she's like, oh my God, like, of course she's thinking it's like a gift or whatever, right, y'all? And we already know what's up, obviously, as viewers, but Angie was like, and she was smiling, and the actual bag was a Brooks Marks bag. And so Angie looks at Meredith and she's like, oh, bought me a gift, whatever. And as Angie starts to dig around the bag and pull the items out, she's like, and we see that smile change to a like, wow, okay, what type of time you're on. Okay. And it is the shampoo that Angie gave Meredith at the bat mitzvah, and she also gave her a journal in there. And so this is where now we transition from the Lisa and Bronwyn of it all, and we get into Meredith and Angie. Mm-hmm. And again, this is when Brittany still decides to jump her back into it, and she's like, well, she's like, well, Lisa feels like, you're being ungrateful, and Bronwyn, that's what Bronwyn had. That's the last thing that Brittany said to Bronwyn before we really get into Meredith and Angie. And I'm just like, why are you trying to be the clarifier here when you can't even like clarify like your life, your own life? Make that make sense. But anyway, these are those two big bottles that we saw, that bag that Meredith sent to the table. Yeah, that was that, y'all. And Angie's like, so you think that the shampoo and the journal, you think that I came to your bat mitzvah on some type of like passive aggressiveness? Like, is this what we're getting at right now, Meredith? And Meredith just, she does that shrug that Meredith does. And I think I got Meredith's face too. Meredith's just sitting there looking like that. Just looking. And y'all, mind you, going back in time here just a second. Meredith had said when she packaged up that shampoo or whatever, I think we got a flashback, right, of her at home with her kids, and she was like, yeah, because I get keratin treatments, and I know I can only, she tried to play it off like it was because it had sulfate.
It wasn't it wasn't the right product for the
sulfate free shampoo or whatever.
Okay. Give it to your daughter, give it to your son. You don't give it back to her.
Angie let us know, like on the after show, y'all, like I don't use that, product, whatever. I do know it's popular, whatever. And with saying that, there is obviously like professional salon grade products that you can get, whatever, if you have, those licenses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't just because at first I was like, to a degree, like this much of a degree, do I still think it's like kind of like about Angie gift, about Meredith's gift? Not even a dig, as much as like would I be like, oh yeah, like, because that's gonna make me sound ungrateful. But I understand if somebody was kind of like, oh, okay, thank you, whatever, like would take it a little bit like a random gift, a little bit. Maybe I get that. But at the end of the day, yeah, you could have regifted it, or still at the end of the day, I still would appreciate anything anyone gives me, even if it's like something that's kind of far fetched. I'm still people buy me alcohol all the time, y'all. I don't drink, so not like that. I'm still on the lookout for the Vita tequila, though.
She will drink a little tequila, though.
Yeah, if I am gonna take like one drink per year, it'll be tequila. Yeah. So again, I say all this to say, like, Meredith, that was, and y'all, they're not at Salt Lake City. They are in Mexico. You carry these big bottles of shampoo.
Gallons, 2 gallons. Well, not gallons. Like,
at least like
they were liters, I think.
They were the big bottles of shampoo.
They were the big bottles.
It was more than
the gallons had a pump on it. That's the only reason why I know it's not the gallon, but
it was the one under it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't think it was a bit like literally if you felt that way, I guess, but she did put it in with a journal. Like she's like, okay, you're gonna journal because we're at your bat mitzvah. You might want to journal some things. Oh, and I'm gonna give you some shampoo too.
I would appreciate. I honestly no, I would appreciate,
especially because Angie is a stylist. It's not coming from Whitney. We know you would have, Kev.
Yeah, no. We also are negating the fact that Mary, not only did she give it back, she took it out the bag that Angie gave it to her, put it in her own bag to have a merch moment, as Angie said in this moment. Like, girl, bye. Like,
right. Why would you give it back to me? You already gonna give it back to me in my bag. Why you? Oh, Meredith, she is so funny. Like, she's so passive aggressive. It's unreal.
What are we doing? I can't find that swill. It's that like. I'm just saying.
I told you we can't find it. We've been looking for that nasty tequila. I mean, that tequila.
How Lisa and Heather. Larger stuff. Y'all are so shady. I love it. Love Bronwyn and her not holding back with these ladies who are used to dragging dead horses around from not dealing with the problem from the start. Yes.
That part
is literally spot on what we're trying to say. Like, they're not used to this type of energy, or especially like someone like Heather. And that's why she was so just like letting her slip show when it came to Bronwyn for so long.
Yeah, she was acting like Bronwyn had an Bronwyn needed an exorcism. Oh no, I can't do Bronwyn. Like,
Lisa's trying to do like a what's it called? Keep my enemy, keep the person close type of thing. I think that's what that side is doing.
Keep my friends close, but my enemies closer.
I think Angie wasn't beat either way, and I still don't think that. I think Angie and Bronwyn are in a better place now, because you always see them doing the press stuff. You always see Angie, Mary, and Bronwyn doing the press stuff, and sometimes. And you saw the picture before at the
four of them. I know the realest thing I put on. I know you're about to talk about it, but I just did put. I say the realest thing that Brittany ever said. She did say in this moment coming up, the realest thing she ever said in life on this show. Period. The truest thing, the realest thing, and that is what she told Angie. It was my reason. I was in it because I'm the reason why you got kicked out of the party. I said, yes, it's you.
Yeah,
it was definitely you, weirdo.
Yeah, like again, ultimately it's thought that counts there, and it's like, even again, if it's something that's not really in your repertoire, then just give it to your kids, or give it Brookston, like Seth didn't want somebody in the family. We all got to wash our hair, right? So
that's what I'm saying.
Or just pay it for it, because Angie said in the after show, whatever, that was like, those are like running about $200, she said. So
I didn't realize she said that much. I think I walked out when I heard the amount. I know shampoo is expensive, and good shampoo, especially like the ones that she's getting, those literally are like there are like not programs, but basically, yeah, they're like treatments for your hair.
Yeah.
They're treatments. So they're not like no pump. It's not even like you're gonna use it every day. It's like a treatment type of thing. So literally, like I said, coming from a stylist,
I would have
did not offend you. Like, I know all my friends and my family that if I get them anything that's like something to do with hair, they happy. And I don't care if it's a pack of synthetic hair. For me, yeah. So shoot, that's cool.
Yep. That's I feel like all true. And then, was it in this moment or was it in the after show when Angie also made mention of the fact that when Meredith came to her anniversary party, she didn't even have a gift? That's so embarrassing. I even if I'm just like going to somebody's house, like I'm gonna bring a box of donuts or something, like I'm just gonna do something. Like, even when I came to do you, I bought like the biggest bag of like hair ever. Like, I'm
still using that hair.
Even when I met you for the first time.
Yes. She got me some tequila, literally, and some flowers.
A gift card. Like, tequila. And I didn't know, we were gonna be, fast forward 2 years. That's been 2 years.
Almost. Yeah, it's been 2 years. Yeah,
I'm not fast forward now. I didn't know, whatever, but that's just how I was raised. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's it was just crazy in this moment. I use sulfate free shampoo and 60-ounce bottle ones. Yeah. So Meredith is just annoying sometimes to me, y'all. If you haven't,
ungrateful.
But let's bring this
tie it up. Yeah, let's figure it all out. The rest of it.
So again, Meredith is very much like, she's kind of like playing like coy or whatever, and she's she brings everything back that she brought her, and then we get this what I said versus what you said war. Angie, she's standing 10 toes down on her part, and this is all very reminiscent, right, of another argument that we've seen. I don't know, maybe like two weeks back at this point, at another cast member cough Mary's house. And Angie says she was emotional, she was super hurt and heated, and she told her that she bought a house. No, she bought a gift. And Brittany says that Meredith, under her breath, that she would have gave it back too. So this is, again, y'all, just another example of Brittany, I feel like, fanning the flames here. And I hope she's held accountable at the reunion. I'll just leave it at that right now.
Lord. This
is when she diverts her attention over here, and she's this is when slut shaming gets introduced, and she's like, you slut shame me basically or whatever. And Angie's like, well, what, take the shampoo then. You take the shampoo because your hair is fucking fried. And this is where I'm going to pose the question to you guys in the comments. When Angie got up and she has the best, she puts the shampoo back in the bag and whatever, and she says she handed it to Brittany and everybody on that side of the table, everybody at the table actually, because everybody was like, okay, what's going on here?
There was no handoffs. Let's be clear. There was no handoffs. Handoffs is hand to hand. That's a handoff. You didn't hand nothing off to her. You literally put it across the table and dropped it. Boop.
Was this up here? No, because I watched it back obviously a couple times, and I wish I had a clip so we could watch it again here, y'all. Because honestly, if you go back and see, it did look like, and I'm not caping for Angie, y'all. So Kevin, don't come for me.
Kevin about to come for you.
No, it honestly looked like it's more of me saying like they doctored the scene or something, because it looked like she had it, she was holding it like this way, and then the next thing we know, it's like dumped off.
Yeah. She said she didn't. If the bag was upside down when she went to give it.
It didn't look upside down when she picked it up the first time.
Might have been sideways. It might have not been upside down. It might have been to the side. And when she did like that, it laid itself.
Okay.
Shampoo fell forward. Either way, Angie was wrong for doing that. She shouldn't have did that. Because exactly what happened, it could have spilled out. It could have knocked over into somebody's plate. Anything that could happen. Those shampoos are not 16 ounces. Those are heavy bottles. So that wasn't the right thing to do, Angie. And no matter how you slice and dice and put the sugar on it, you dropped it on that girl. Whether you did it purposely or not, you still did it. It was uncalled for, just like it was uncalled for Meredith to put it in your chair. It shouldn't have been there. Y'all live in a villa. What are you bringing it here? Girl, Meredith, look for a moment somewhere else, okay? Stop doing dumb things. Nobody wants to carry no damn shampoo from the damn food spot to the villa. Leave it at the villa, weirdo.
That was so weird to me. I had deja vu watching Meredith and Angie fight. It was who said that? That's exactly. I didn't even try to write this and this. Orange Blossom said she's wrong for that. Randy says I don't care if Angie threw it or not.
Learn how to shit. Okay.
She got two things. First time saying it today. Two things can be true at the same time, y'all. Yeah, Angie shouldn't have thrown it like that, Angie, especially because she has a history. Angie does like to. Was it Bronwyn that made this mention?
She likes to do this.
She loves it. Yes, she loves to have a chair, a table chair.
I'm not in my room, y'all, so I can do that. I'm in my dining room. Sorry.
And she's like, I forget who it was who said it. I think it was Bronwyn, and she was like, Angie likes to have like a
she does.
Like with a scroll and stuff like that. So yes, performative, very performative theatrics. I will be honest and say that I will
too.
And then I will say this too. Why is it out the country with you? But Angie had me cracking up when she said Brittany was a drama queen and Angie didn't realize the bag was upside down. Again, so just to wrap this up, y'all, because we got like 2 other things we need to talk about. Then we get into the whole, did Angie genuinely slut shame Brittany or not? I think a lot of us probably say no. Who is at my door? Go away. So, and it was actually Meredith that clarified this, because Brittany tried to say like, oh, she said I was like, well, like 15 guys or whatever, and I'm like, no. Meredith was
Don't
like,
the number keep jumping up with her? She keeps. She first said 10. Now you're turning 15. Like, Brittany, shut your pie hole. Go ahead.
It's all no. I'm glad you said that. It's all over the place for her, and I think that's why I think, honestly, y'all, she's probably smarter than we give her credit for, and I think she's kind of playing us sometimes, because even at the table she's caught up in a lie, and all she does is do this mischievous like grin or whatever. I'm talking about Brittany here.
Brittany, of course.
And we'll get to that in just a second. But again, she's very much like, you're and we do get the flashback, because Heather, she tried to rope Heather into it and say, Heather was right there where you said, and Heather was like, that was not what was said, whatever. We get the flashback at the party, and Heather's reading the note that was on the cards, and she turns around and she says, yeah, it's from guy number 1. She says that to Angie and Brittany, and then Brittany's like, or Angie says to Brittany, Angie said something to Brittany, I don't know. And Brittany was like, yeah,
She says, do you have 3? So you have 3 guys? Do your dad know that you're dating 3 guys?
Yes.
And then she said, no, that you're saying doing 3 guys. And she says, yeah, my dad is has 8 women, and that's who I get it from.
What are we doing here, Brittany? Because what are we doing? And this is why this is the only time, probably, hopefully this season, I will agree with Heather when in this scene she jumped in to say it's not a matter of slut shaming, it's a matter of hypocrisy. Yes. Because over here sitting and saying like, you don't do all these things or whatever, and then next thing we know, you're looking at you and you're guzzling down wine, and then you're trying to act like your body count matches the amount of marriages you have, and that's not the energy you was giving us. And we get the little clip of her. Was she showing them her vagina?
I think so.
Because if the panties are crotchless, I mean,
God, literally, I didn't think about that part.
We've shared a hotel room before. You probably seen my, it's whatever that happens sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm not about to put on no crotchless underwear to show you the crotchless underwear. I'm gonna show you the crotchless underwear. Like, look at what I got for my husband. Look at my see the hole. See the hole? Y'all see the hole? I'll be like, I'll show you them. Girl, that's the hole, girl.
I would rather you show me them with you out of them than if that.
Thank you. I'm not modeling. No.
I don't think you want to see that anyway. And yes, we get those clips of them. We don't see them obviously, but we hear her showing them and stuff. And she does openly admit that, yeah, Jared bought them for her, and he's seen them at least once. And then when they ask her, what I don't remember what it was what she was asked specifically, but when they ask her, she doesn't actually say yes or no. She just gives this.
She says she's not sleeping with him. She says, I'm not sleeping with my boyfriend. I'm not sleeping with him. I'm not sleeping with him. Like, okay, girl. So that's when Brahman was like, that's weird, because I would never buy no crotchless underwear and not be sleeping with my boyfriend. That's just weird.
And she goes on her high horse talking about, it's a sex-forward world we live in, and nobody should shame nobody, and it's nobody's business what you do behind the closed doors. And it's just like, be done being dramatic. And she is done being dramatic enough in the moment for Meredith to then jump in and say that she was actually the one who was triggered when Brittany came up to her and said that Angie was slut shaming her, so perhaps she doesn't have, you know, the correct amount of stories, but she doesn't really know. And but what she does know is she was hoping for a different outcome, and she does say sorry, so I'll give her that. And she does go on to say, or Angie does also say sorry too, and how she was devastated and hurt, and she wanted a different outcome too. She was there in support of Meredith, her family, you know, the whole nine. She wanted to really build a path forward with her. So they're cool enough right there, y'all. And that's kind of basically, yeah, where we end things. I was so glad that we didn't get too much from Heather, except for when she jumped in. You saw, am I the only person that feels like Heather thinks she's smarter than everybody else? And that's why when she jumped in, break down the hypocrisy versus stuff, it was her very much jumping in to say, you know, it was like she has like this, she thinks she's like, I'm not gonna say God but she thinks she's definitely like here with them.
Yeah, because she's like not beefing with nobody. And she's like, yeah, I'm looking at everybody else's problem. They're the one with the issue. I don't have any problems. Like, girl, yeah, you do.
Life coach or something. Like, no, you're not the group life coach, honey. Y'all, like, why? And again, I'm more and more excited for next week's episode though, because this episode was great, y'all. By no means am I knocking it. And actually, y'all give me your ratings in the chat right now. Would you guys rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, please? I'm asking y'all, and I even have my rating ready. 8.5. 8.5.
I would go with an 8.5. I might even give my 8.75 because it literally, like I was saying earlier, like it peaks. It like you get your first 15 minutes, like okay, and then you get your next 10 minutes, like okay, and then you get your next 10 minutes, like whoa, y'all keep it going. So I just been enjoying the it hasn't like so much climax, but the fact that they keep having this build up. The girls tried to tell Angie calling Brittany a porn star, and Angie said that was an insult to the point. Now that was nut in the half. She was like, "Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't have said that." No, but it wasn't even that though. It wasn't that she was calling her a porn star. When Brittany said that, she said, "Yeah, you call my tits porn star." I said, "She did not." And then that's what
the waiter was like.
I said, "Who brought up your tits?" Nobody said nothing about your tits, girl. We talking about your hairstyle.
But going back to that part before where I said Brittany was playing in our faces, it was when Bronwyn directly had asked her about the slutty conversation. It started with Brittany. She's the one that called Angie something along those lines first. And she broke it down in her confessional and everything. She was like, you know, freaking Brittany went over here, and then she went over here, and then Meredith. Like, and when they asked her, Brittany was down there like, exactly.
Playing coy, like as if she don't know that she started, unless she was drunk or something. That's another thing that I say about these ladies. I ain't trying to put nothing on nobody. You know, I like a cocktail or 2 or 3 or 10 or whatever the case may be, depending on where I'm at. But I also feel like these ladies, certain ladies, Meredith and Brittany to be exact, the two that I feel like do this. I don't know if they be on medication, because they would give me like they're on medication and then they might have a wine cocktail and it makes them kind of slurry. And so it's not like, oh, because cocktails usually, you know, kind of hype you up. And I always feel like Meredith kind of comes down. Like it's like a not a up. It like he starts talking real slow. So for me, I'm always thinking like Brittany to me, she either got too drunk or had got too lit before and forgot that she told the girls that, or you just playing in their face and like, no, don't y'all don't remember my part, and then just remember the part that we're all mad at her.
Yeah, I definitely do think that's what I'm gonna watch tonight. Actually, the dark side of reality TV. I'm gonna watch the Housewives. I think it's an ID channel or something like that, but they have like different version or different topics or whatever. And I watched the America's Next Top Model one. I want to watch the Real Housewives one tonight, because alcohol definitely does play like a factor a lot of times in these situations, and I feel like that's something that we sometimes don't take into account. And then some of the other franchises I've heard, especially on Beverly Hills, that according to Erica Jane, or according to Crystal, by way of Erica Jane, they don't even be drinking. She doesn't drink for real over there. They fake like they drinking. So sometimes, yeah. And on this cast, I would think like, especially like when it comes to Heather, who, you know, was once, you know, so devoutly dedicated to that religion. Like I always took that as she was a late bloomer when it came to drinking. Maybe me being naive, I don't know, but I just assumed so. And if that's the case, then yeah, maybe you guys are just, you know, just not great at holding your liquor and especially on camera. Like we get it. It's totally fine. Orange Blossom said an 8. It was a fun episode. Okay. Yes. 9. Rantic said 9 just for Angie's unintentional shampoo throw. It was a moment still, nonetheless. Whether it was right or wrong, it was a moment. I too rate the episode 8.5. So we're all about neck and neck. Okay, Vice. I said ID channel. Thank you, y'all.
Oh, Vice. Okay. Great.
Oh, that episode was good. I'm gonna watch that before.
Yeah, when we got off the phone last night and I watched it, like I literally laying in my bed and like I was cold. So like if I turn over, I tell you all the time, if I turn over and I get like this, I'm gonna go to sleep. So but I turned over and I was like, it was giving so much. I was like, I couldn't wait for the commercial break. So I let it play. I didn't watch it when it was live. I let it go through so I can fast forward through the commercials a little bit. Child, I was like, this is just too good. It was just like, yes. I can't believe how Andy's acting. I can't believe how Lisa's acting. I can't believe how Bronwyn is. It was just like, you can pick your pick on who you want to talk. I can't believe Mary in this moment. Like everybody was just bringing it in. I just was like,
they really were.
So what you got? What you got for us, little lady?
I'm trying to bring it up now.
You guys make sure y'all hitting the like button on both channels. We are streaming from both channels, guys. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button on both of our channels. Make sure you guys are following us on IG and on Blue Sky. We are the same people on both of those platforms. She is Bars Me World. I am California Cutie on IG and Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Y'all only gonna get a little bit more of her on X, y'all. So I need to hurry up and jump over to whatever else she's on.
Because it's been officially canceled. So that's why, yes, you need to subscribe. Follow me on Blue Sky. Actually, I haven't even been on Twitter at all. It's literally just streaming. I haven't been tweeting. Just been live. They call it, from what I've heard, it's called skeeting on Blue Sky. Y'all let me know if that's the correct thing. That's what, nonetheless, when the episodes are on, I'll be over there. So,
okay.
Yes. I listened to y'all on the way home. It's freezing here. Oh, yeah.
I saw you said about the sun. I can see she's talking about the sunshine, but girl, it looked like a storm is brewing. But it's blowing. I think my storm is blowing over to Vegas because the cloud, it is gray outside, but the sun is peeking.
Yeah, I wish y'all could see.
Yeah, mine is. I have like the darkest clouds in front of mine. Well, I'm looking out my backyard, but
I'm looking out
crazy
the side of the house. Yeah. That's I can only imagine. You know, I do not, and because Kevin made that point earlier, I do not do the cold anymore. I can't do it. But yeah, y'all, let's wrap up with me showing you a little news that I saw yesterday. And we're gonna go over here first to the US Sun, y'all. So apparently, RHOSLC fired Gunica Garcia, hit with $9,000 lawsuit for skipping car payments and damaging her leased Cadillac. So the reality villain defaulted on her lease and caused physical damage to the vehicle, the lawsuit claims.
Is that the truck that our mama would take from her?
Oh, is it? I guess so.
I think so. I think my mama pulled up in a red truck.
Yeah, it was red. According to court documents exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, RHOSLC fired Monica Forty was slapped with a lawsuit on November 23rd, 2024 by APG Financial Inc. over the lease of her 2018 Cadillac XT5. Yeah, it must be. And again, I will link it in the description box and everything, y'all. But It says the former housewife allegedly signed a lease agreement with APG Financial on July 22nd, 2023, in which she promised to pay $473.95 every 2 weeks. According to the lawsuit, Monica defaulted under the lease agreement by failing to make the monthly payments as required under the lease agreement and causing the early termination of the lease agreement. Yeah, it comes down to a total of $9,322.87.
I think she paid majority of it off. Why would you do that? Like,
a lot of them are leased to buy too, so it's just like, yeah, like why would you not?
Why would you do that? You had $9K left.
I don't know, man.
On a Cadillac truck.
I just never would just do that if I could help it, because like just pay your bills off. You can help it, because then you might end up in court with lawsuits and stuff. And we want better for you.
She can't afford it because didn't Heather sue her too?
Yeah. So I'm literally not shaming anybody. Like if I mean, I get it. Sometimes, yes, you literally can't do it because you don't got it. I get that, but it's just for her to, every time we turn around, it seems like something bad is like happening to her, but like she still is like very much on her high horse of Gunica-ness when it comes to anything that has to do with the show and these ladies and stuff, and still, I feel like offering up her opinions and comments on certain things at times. And it's just like, you just clearly have a lot going on in your life right now, and you should probably just reserve all of your focus for that. That's really why I wanted to talk about that.
I think that she's been through so much that a lot of things just really don't faze her as much as we would think they should, and slap her in the face, knock some sense into her. She like, yeah, no, I don't give a shit. And when people that don't give a shit, that usually when shit happens to them and they just don't give a shit. Like, when it happens, that's how it goes. And she's going to continuously be in this cycle until she says, you know what? I do care. I do give a shit. I literally, you got to flip it around, because when you don't care, that's what's going to happen. The stuff that you don't care about is going to start being taken away from you. So remember, you say you don't care about it. So it's going to pluck itself away from you because you threw that into the atmosphere. So start caring.
Yep. I couldn't agree more, y'all. Shout out to Orange Blossom, Range Rover under a carport, Angie Kate and Monica. Monica still hasn't recovered from that read with this lawsuit. And it's just too bad. And what Princess said, she better downsize to a Toyota. They're cute.
Honey, even the Hyundai is even bomb. Don't even get it twisted.
I drive a Kia Sorento, so I completely get it. It's totally fine.
I like the Kias though, because I wanted the K5.
They really stepped their game up, because I would have not
the Kias is nice.
I would have never looked the way of a Kia, and then then I got one, and now I'm like, oh, so love that car. Anyway, and last but not least, y'all, let me share my screen one more time. And shout out to you guys for rocking with us in here for this entire amount of time, because we're a little bit longer than we usually are. Shout out to Reality T, Yahoo shout out to Reality T by way of Yahoo for us. Jen Shah gets another prison sentence reduction and new release date. So Jen Shah has been behind bars since January 2023. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star was set to spend 6.5 years there after pleading guilty for her role in a telemarketing fraud scheme that largely and despicably targeted the elderly. However, Jen just got another break. She's seemingly been a model prisoner during her stay at Bryan Federal Prison Camp in Texas, and her sentence was further reduced. This is at least the third time her release date has been pushed up from its original 2029 date. Amazing news for her. For her victims, probably not so much.
Wait, her sentence was for 2029?
Originally 6 years. Yeah.
And so where is it at now?
It is now at what did I just say? Oh, it's now been pushed up to December 19th, 2027. And this is according to federal prison records obtained by the U.S. Sun. Jen's now set to be released from, no. November 19th, 2027. This is a month sooner than the previous time her release date was pushed up to December 19th, 2027. So November 19th is what we're looking at right now, y'all.
And then next month will be 1 year that she's been there. No, 2 years.
She got there in January
2023. Mm-hmm. So this January 2025, that's 2 years. And then she has to spend another 2 years and she'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So
I wonder if she's gonna look like this, or like, because I know she was getting work done on her face, but she probably looked better. Like, you probably was messing your face up with the crop. So
yeah, that's not a great look, and the eye makeup is not helping. Yeah, y'all, I just wanted to share those. Obviously neither lady is on the show right now, but they are still attached to the community, or at least the fandom, one way or another still. So just want to share that with you guys. Again, especially not surprised about Jen. I'm not surprised about either. I'm not surprised that Monica is in another financial situation, and I'm not surprised that Jen's court date is getting moved up. Y'all know I've said it down here week after week at one point that I'm by no means am I in a rush to see Jen Shaw back on our screens. I'm good with her not coming back to the show. So that's not what that was about at all. It was just passing on information that I came across. Yeah, I think I did hear that she was doing like good in there and stuff like that. But again, I'm still thinking about all the people that she took advantage of. Like, no. And I think that there's just, in my opinion, based off of the crime, I think that there's other people out there that have done lesser things, and they probably deserve to get out faster than she does.
Ooh, yeah, she did take advantage of the elderly, the seniors. We don't play like that. That ain't cool.
I don't really think that's too well deserved by her, because that's a serious offense in my case. I don't like people taking advantage of people. I don't. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got. Shout outs to collectively, I see 61 people all across these 3 platforms that we are streaming to. I love to see it, y'all. I would love it even more if those likes match. Please do not forget to like the video on both of our channels. We are streaming for both of our channels. I enjoyed discussing this episode like I always do. I would love to continue this conversation in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share us with your peoples. And shout outs to every single one of you guys that held it down in the live chat. Y'all never fail to show up for us week after week after week, and we are so appreciative of that. And yes, see you next week. And Barb, Jen looked better before. Barb, remember that? Remember the before picture I sent you? Oh yeah.
I know that. You can
see that picture. We already knew that. And I mean, I'm not saying that she's completely like a butt ugly woman now or anything like that. But all I'm saying is, if it's not broke, don't fix it, y'all. Yeah. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Absolutely. Yeah. We see y'all next week.
Bye.